Whoa, 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 whoa. Wow. I am very sorry about that. That was completely unintentional. Yikes. Holy moly. I'm so sorry. I'm kind of frozen right now. I've obviously turned around. I didn't see anything. For the record, your back was to me, so that's all. Like, just bare back, but that's it. So I thought that this was 42B. I must have absolutely gotten the wrong dorm. I really apologize, and I will be leaving now. Duh. I don't want to sound pretentious. Are you sure this is 42B? Because if this truly actually is 42B, I'm your new roommate. Yeah, no, I have a photographic memory, so I remember 42B being on the sheet, and I remember 42B being on the wall, but I was really hoping that maybe my parents had slipped me something beforehand to relax me, and this is all just a bad dream, so yeah. No, 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 no. You don't seem like a bad dream at all or anything like that. I just, I don't want to be viewed as a creep who is like intentionally trying to get like a co-ed thing. That would be weird, and I wouldn't want to be weird. And this is the first day of college, and having the reputation of a weirdo on the first day of college would not bode well for me whatsoever at all, even a little bit. Oh. Just messing with me. Okay, all right, yeah, sure. Okay, but seriously, I know you probably were expecting a roommate that is the appropriate gender. So I will literally, I'll just go down to the front office and see if they can figure it out, fix it, and give you probably what you were expecting. And how do you know that? Yeah, she did seem a little bit off kilter, and she kind of was like spilling over from the mouth. So I believe that. But if that's the case, then I don't exactly know what to do about this situation. If we're being honest. Yeah, I don't know. Like. I don't want to make you uncomfortable at all whatsoever, obviously, but also I don't have a place to sleep if I don't sleep here, which is the predicament that is going on in my mind. Yeah, no, my folks are from Georgia, so they are all the way across the country. And I don't really have the type of money to get like a hotel room or even like a motel room or I know it sounds a little bit ridiculous, but I really don't want you to be feeling uncomfortable because this is your college experience too. And okay, all right, yeah, no, for sure. If you say it 3 times, I will believe you. I just, it's nerve wracking. I don't want to, as I said, well, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm a pretty nervous guy in the first place. Like very, very, very nervous. And yeah, I don't want. I don't know. Yeah. Seeing you changing obviously was the first thing that kind of made me like freak out because obviously, and then the realization hits, and then you're just kind of there, and I don't want to make you uncomfortable, and I don't want to be a creep. There's so much that goes into this. Yeah, and I know you said you were okay like multiple times, but I don't know. That's just kind of how my brain works. Major, major, major anxiety constantly all the time, worried about, you know, if people feel like I'm in their way or if they're uncomfortable around me, even if they say they are, my brain immediately goes to, oh, they're just saying that to make you feel better about yourself, even though I know realistically that is not how it would work. But, it's just, it's whatever. I'm sure that I'll get over it. Maybe, probably not. Anyways, I I like what you've done with the place. Fine. I like what you've done with our place, I guess. Okay, no, yeah, I'll say without the uncertainty. Fine. I like what you've done with our place. Very much appreciate the blonde poster, especially because it's not just the album cover, because whenever I see a blonde poster, it's just the album cover. And as much as I love the album cover, it's one of the best album covers I've ever seen. It's nice to see alternative versions and stuff. Yeah, no, blonde is great. I know this is like a super hot take, but personally, I prefer Endless. I think Endless is amazing and just hits a higher level of euphoricness. I don't know the proper adjective way to format that, but yeah, I'm a big fan of Endless. But then Blonde is right after that, obviously. Yeah, I this is all I have. Just a couple suitcases. I don't know. I'm not really a heavy packer, and even though I'm gonna live here, I'm not really like a materialistic type of person. I got it. No, it's just that I don't want to, again, I feel like I'm saying all of these things that can come off as so pretentious when they're actually just genuine facts about me. You know what I mean? Because I know dudes who are like, oh, I'm not materialistic. And in all reality, they just wear the same pair of jeans every single day for a week and then wash those jeans and then wear them every single day for a week. And they actually just smell terribly, and they use that whole I'm not materialistic as an excuse to like seem cool and hip, if that's a thing that people our age even remotely say. Probably not. So yeah, and I just know that there's potential for me to be seen as kind of a weirdo. Well, I'm honestly, I'm glad at least you're making jokes about the situation, and I you got good jokes. I guess I probably would have come off a weirdo if I did, after trying to get through a sentence in the span of 30 seconds and utterly and completely failing at that. Nah, I don't know. I'm excited to be here. This is really, I don't know, getting into this is weird, but it's kind of essential to explain what I'm about to say. My family growing up didn't have a lot of money, so we didn't really go anywhere at all, for vacations or anything like that. We kind of had our whole family in the 30-mile vicinity of our town, so I haven't really been anywhere other than Georgia. So I'm excited to, obviously nervous and terrified, as you were able to previously tell, but I'm also pretty excited to see what this has in store for me. Really? How was it like growing up here? I can't even imagine, like, this city is so big, That's interesting. I guess I can kind of understand what you're saying, because I grew up in a small town. We did have like a lot of community there, and people were very close because everybody knew everybody. So I can't actually imagine in a bigger town. I guess it would be a little bit difficult making those connections. But, you must have had like some friends and stuff, right? Oh. Oh, well, I know I'm your roommate and we're kind of forced into this situation together. Not saying that I wouldn't want to be in this situation with you, but as you know, I, again, just chalk this up to me being very nervous. You have a friend now, me. Hi. I will absolutely be your friend. If the first poster to go up in our shrine has any indication of the type of taste you have, I think we will get along perfectly. It's crazy. I would have absolutely imagined you being the like popular girl in high school. I don't like to stereotype at all, but you just have a magnetism about you that very much indicates not that, you know? Yeah, you seem so confident and yourself, and that's something that's very, 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 very like attractive. Not necessarily in a romantic way, but like attractive in a like person way, in a interpersonal relationship way, in a I would like to get to know you more way. You know. Please like stop me at a certain point so I don't make a complete fool of myself. Well, as long as you think I didn't make a complete fool of myself, then I guess we're okay. Yeah. So I'm going to unpack, and then after that, do you want to go explore campus, I guess? No, I've never been on the campus before. I did like a virtual tour thing last year, but no, I've never actually been here. Because, as I said, didn't really have the money to fly out to the other side of the country in order to view my potential prospects. But yeah, so I would love to do that with you. As long as you're okay with that. I don't want it to seem like I'm forcing you into either A, spending time with me, or B, doing something that you don't want to do that you've already probably done a billion times. Wow. You sure know how to make someone feel special? No, yeah, I don't think I'd rather be doing anything else right now either, if we're being real. I don't know how you did it, but you've completely flipped my position on this situation. I was feeling nervous as heck, like incredibly, incredibly, incredibly nervous. And now all of a sudden I feel totally fine. You've made me feel very, very, very safe, and I cannot thank you enough for that. Oh, what do you mean? I don't understand. Like how I can thank you for it? I don't know. I can just say thank you, and you're coming towards me, and that's something. And okay, no, yeah, for sure. No, yeah, that was, yep. That was totally a normal thing that I totally do all the time, kissing people that I've known for the like past 10 minutes. That is something that I've always done. Every single moment of my life, that's all I'm doing. No, I'm not rambling because it was bad. I was rambling because it was good. It's just, again, nervous wreck. You're going to have to come to an acceptance of that, because I don't know how to be any other way, honestly. Yeah, no, this is great, and I appreciate it. And I'm very interested in getting this unpacking done. Fair warning, I have a couple of posters myself, so we'll have a bunch of things to talk about, music-wise, film-wise, and otherwise. But after that, I'd love to go, maybe grab a bite to eat. Does this place have an Einstein Bros? You've never been to Einstein Bros? Oh my gosh, it is the best bagel place in the entire world. We had one right by my high school that was like walking distance, and every single morning I would go get a bagel from there. They're always fresh, they taste so good. I don't know why, but I've never been able to get into like Panera bagels or anything like that. And these type of bagels are A1, fantastic stuff. You're gonna love them. So, no. Don't look at me with that look, because that look is not a good look on your face. No, you know exactly what I'm saying, and you're pretending like you don't know what I'm saying or asking you, and I can't do that stuff. All right, I am asking you, which entails me getting out of you that is the actual best bagel you've had in your entire life, and you were wrong. Ooh, yes. Okay, all right. You don't know what I'm talking about. Very interesting. May I redirect you to our conversation half an hour ago when I first brought this up and you said, oh, there's no possible way that Einstein Bros Bagels could have the best bagels in the world. That's just ridiculous. You clearly haven't had any other bagels of any quality, worth anything. And I said, au contraire, mon frere, let's waltz over and get us one. We got us one, and now you're here with euphoric bliss all over your face. So you can try and deny it as much as you want or pretend you don't even know what I'm talking about. You know what? You are actually right, which is kind of crazy if we're being honest. I don't know. I feel very, very, very comfortable around you. Yeah, I made a friend in my senior year of high school who was a transfer student from, I think, somewhere in the Northwest Pacific. And it took me like a month to get as warmed up to him as I am to you now. So yeah, congrats on that, I guess, if that's something you want. No, yeah, I can tell you, I guess, I don't know. You have a very, very disarming nature about you, like incredibly so. Yeah, no, you do. But not in a bad way. I know that can kind of be seen as in a bad way, and it can be when you feel disarmed, you can just be incredibly neutral or just like stunned or shocked. But I feel disarmed in a way that you're so blatant and upfront with me about everything everything you're feeling just kind of comes out of your mouth, and being around that level of confidence and essentially anti-anxiety. And again, this is my best working theory considering the fact that we've been talking for 3 hours, or we've it's not even we've been talking for 3 hours. We've known each other for 3 hours after being put in an incredibly weird situation that most other people. Anyways, that's besides the point. What was I saying? Right. I think it just kind of completely counteracts my anxiety that I feel, and it kind of like it either counters it perfectly and they nullify each other, or it just overpowers the anxiety completely, and I just feel an overwhelming sense of warmth. And hey, I have jokes. I'm a relatively funny guy when I'm not hiding inside of myself, like a little hermit crab, or whatever type of animal that has a shell hides inside. You get the point. No, oh my God, yeah, I'm really glad that we did this. Incredibly glad, because I would 1,000,000% not know how to get to my first class tomorrow, like at all. This campus is far bigger than I actually thought it was in the first place when I took the virtual tour. So I really do appreciate it. And at least I get to show you the brilliance of Einstein Brothers bagels, even though you're not willing to appreciate the genius of it. But there's going to be a point about halfway through the semester where you're going to come back and you're going to have a bagel in hand, and you're going to come out to me and say, "Hey, listen, I've been avoiding this conversation for a very long time, but I'm here to say you put me on to the best bagel of all time, and I am eternally grateful for you doing that, not just me." Yeah, I don't know. It's actually really, really nice here. And I appreciate you asking all these questions about me. But what do you think? I don't know. I know you grew up around here, and you've probably been on campus a couple of times, but what do you think? How are you feeling about being here? Oh, well, why? No. I'm sorry. That kind of just honestly took me aback, because you seem so confident and so like just cool and collected and assured. Why don't you feel great? Oh yeah, you did say something about that in the first place, which is such a crazy thing to me. No, it is. It's crazy. You have an aura, like I said, that's very disarming. But I can understand why, if it was a different type of disarming, it would be kind of almost intimidating to be friends with you. But the way that you've just completely put me at ease, I can't possibly imagine a reality in which you have no friends. That's just kind of an insane thought to me. Hey, what are you talking about? Of course, I think. Oh my God. Sure, here's the thing. You've only known me for 3 hours, so you haven't seen me in any other circumstance or interacting with any other people. But let me tell you this. I haven't stuttered over myself this amount of times. And by this amount of times, I mean lesser so, ever, basically, aside from talking with my family. That's been it. So I feel very connected to you, and I think that's, yeah, I think we connect very well. God, I honestly didn't think I would have to be the one reassuring you of that. I'm aware that I'm a little bit frenetic sometimes and a little bit all over the place, but I don't know. This has been amazing. I was so worried when I came in. I was like, oh my God, don't I don't want to ruin someone's experience, but I from what's been happening so far, I think that this has been very mutually beneficial for the two of us. And hey, positive, I don't snore. So, yep, complete non-snorer. I have record of it. I used to sleep in a room with my brother when he was staying home from college on like holidays and stuff. And he would always claim that he never talked in his sleep. So I would do those recordings at night where it would like catch any significant noises. And I was never caught snoring on there. So I don't know what to tell you. So even if I do snore, it's the cute type of snoring. That's kind of like mild breathiness, you know? Thank you. That, wow. No, that'll do it. That'll 100% do it. Flirting is something that I can't even remotely comprehend in my brain, but or process, and that is why I am spewing out all of these words in order to think of a response to what you just said to me. Okay, got it. You are very cute too. Oh my God. Yeah, no, hey, if you're allowed to give it to me like this, I'm allowed to give it to you like this. Absolutely. You are adorable in every capacity possible that I have witnessed thus far. Of course, who knows? We could both be like axe murderers or something like that. But I truly don't believe that that would be the case. I don't think that someone who listens to Frank Ocean that consistently and is in their like top 5% of fans on Spotify, I don't think they have the emotional capacity to deal with being an axe murderer. They'll just break down crying and turn themselves in. Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, this has been so nice. Do you ever feel like you have? I know that you've said things that would indicate a certain answer to this, but do you feel like you just ever have trouble connecting to people? Yeah, me too. So that's kind of why I don't know. I'm not a big whole destiny guy or fate or whatever, but and as crazy as this is going to sound, because it's such a weird thing to be destiny or fate, and it's such an inconsequential thing. I'm really glad that whatever happened with the room assignments happened, because it feels like we were meant to be in each other's lives, in my personal opinion. But don't take that to the bank, okay? No, you're right. I have absolutely no idea what that means, but I wanted to conclude it in some sort of way. So, okay, I like questions. No. No, 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 no. No, I'm not. In what universe have you witnessed me be myself and thought, yeah, you know what we should do on the first day that we're on campus? We should go to a frat party. In what universe do you think that that's a good idea? Maybe we aren't as connected as I thought we were because I don't know. I don't know how you could possibly come to that conclusion. How much free food? Like, and can we set a limit of like an hour? Even if we're only going there for the free food, I know that, I don't know, you'll probably want to socialize. I'll want to go cry in a corner for a little bit. So I'd like to at least set a limit of time for us being there because I don't know if I'd be able to take more than an hour. So, yeah. I can't. The fact that you talked me into this in 30 seconds is just nuts. I would not do this for anyone else in any other situation. I just wouldn't. And I, in my head, my brain is telling me, Colin, this is a bad idea. But I have a level of implicit trust for you that I have not experienced aside from my family. Yeah, but you feel it too, right? I'm not crazy and sounding like a megalomaniac over here, ranting and raving about a connection that's completely one-sided. No, yeah, that answers that. So awesome, sick, cool. I'm good. No. Once again, just shrugging that off. Pretending that I am totally fine with what happened and not freaking out on the inside in a very positive way, because I know that can be misconstrued as negative. But yeah, totally doing great. Oh, no way, dude. When is it? That's 3 hours from now. You know, you have given me such a confidence. Then yes, I will. We can go back, and you can do your makeup. I can tell you how it looks, and I'll help you pick out a dress. Me, I don't know, like a turtle. Okay, fine. Yeah, you can help pick out my outfit too. Okay, let's go. God, you're so excited. Well, I'm excited to just be spending as much time with you as possible. So any place that I'll be able to do that, that's a win for me. And by the way, it would almost be just a cherry on top of this whole thing if, in order to convince me to go to the party, you would, say that Einstein Brothers Bagels is the best bagel you've ever had. Oh, come on. I saw your face when you tasted that cream cheese and the salmon and the combination of everything together. The lettuce on it is so fresh. All of the veggies are delicious. Oh my God, you can't put on the charade forever.
Hey. No, I have no idea what that was. I was gonna say like, hi there, and I stopped saying it about halfway through, and it just turned into hey, and that, yeah, but it's what came out as hi, hey, making me sound far more suspicious or weird than the actual thing I was saying was. But yeah, so hi. Let's go with hi. I don't know. I was looking for you because I told you that parties aren't my scene, like at all whatsoever, and you were kind of doing your socializing thing, which, obviously no need to have attachment to me, but you kind of just wandered off, and I stood there and I talked to a couple of guys. One of them is going to actually be in my biochem class, which is cool, but and he was nice, and the people here aren't terrible like they were in high school. They're actually pretty chill for the most part, but I didn't really, get a vibe from any of them where it was like, oh, this is a conversation I actively want to continue participating in, as opposed to this is something that could pass the time. And so I went looking for you. Not in like a lost puppy dog way, but in a, I don't know, this is kind of boring and I kind of want to get out of here way. And I was expecting to find you, chatting it up with a bunch of people, and here you are, outside, sitting by the fire pit that is not lit, and no one else is out here. And you look like you are very, very, very not happy with whatever has happened in the past 30 minutes since we've seen each other. No, hey, that's mean. I guess not mean, but very pointed. I'm not trying to psychoanalyze you at all. I'm just observing the kind of vibe that's out there, I guess. Or maybe that is a simplistic way of saying psychoanalyze. I really wasn't trying to at all, but you just look not happy, and I... Okay, all right, fine. I can just leave if that's what the situation entails, but I did not really want to leave here without you, honestly. I know, but we literally just spent the whole day together. Remember the whole thing we did? I walked in on you changing. It was like, uh-oh, oopsie, did not mean to do that at all. You were like, oh, haha, it's funny. I have charisma. I have bravado. It's totally fine. I was like, uh-oh, oopsie, remember the whole thing that happened? And then we went and we explored the campus, and you were like, here's where the majority of your classes are going to be. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. If you did not tell me where the majority of the classes were going to be, I would not know where the majority. Remember all that? And then I showed you the bagel shop, and you got the bagel shop, and you pretend you didn't like the bagel shop, but you actually really did like the bagel shop. Even though I still haven't gotten those words out of you, you are very easy to read in that way. Remember all of that happened, and we were getting really close and stuff like that, and now you're completely shutting me out for a reason that I am not aware of whatsoever, because I just came here and said you were looking kind of sad, and I was expecting you to be around people. So yeah. What? I don't, but here's the thing, right? You're saying leave, and I will absolutely respect your wishes if that is what you actually want. Of course, I'm not trying to force myself to be around you, but two counter arguments. One, we literally live in the same place, so you're gonna see me anyways when you get back. And I really, at this point, it would be kind of cruel to kick me out on the street when it's 1:30 in the morning and I would have absolutely no place to stay. So I would, that would be cool. Two, you kind of said go away and leave in a way that people in my life have often said. And instead of actually meaning go away, don't be near me, it usually means please actually stay as close to me as I possibly can. And yes, this absolutely is psychoanalyzing, so. You can't. Okay, what can you not do? No, I wasn't going to say anything. I'm sorry. No, I really am. I'm right here. I am present in the moment. I'm not going to cut you off. Whatever you have to say, it is totally fine. And if you don't want to say anything else, okay, all right, I'm sorry. I'm stopping. Oh. Well, I don't know. Is it okay if I say something now? Is that okay? All right, I'm sorry. I don't know. I just want you to, again, I want you to be as comfortable as you possibly can be, because this is a very evidently a difficult conversation, and I completely understand why. I am someone who, once again, we have brought up about 7 times throughout this day, did not know you at all before today. And I can 1,000,000% tell you that I would have never guessed that. Absolute, no shot. You, humoring you. Do I look like the person who has any level of confidence to humor somebody on something, to go along with something that I don't truly believe? I'm a nervous wreck. I would completely break down and tell you the truth within like 20 seconds of going along with a charade. Come on, let's be real. You do seem like an incredibly confident person. Like the way that which you just played off a stranger walking into your place of living, that was, yeah, you completely fooled me. And to add on to that, I don't believe you. No, of course. God, of course I believe that you weren't confident at your old school and stuff, but I do not, don't hit me, I don't know. People in my past, that's another thing to get into that I don't want to right now. If I don't believe that it's not the truth. I don't believe that it's. I don't believe that you, when you say that it's not the truth, that you are this charismatic, very confident person, that you that is real. I believe you are. I heard what you said about your past, and that's your past, and you lived your past, and you were who you were, and you can't change that now. But you came to this school with an objective of completely rewriting your history, or writing a new history. It's not rewriting, it's just writing a new chapter in your life and starting a new chapter in your life. And I have to say, from the way that you were talking to all those people coming in here, you absolutely have done that. You're going to be known around here as someone who is confident, who is charismatic, who is someone that people gravitate towards. That is going to be you, whether you want it or not. And I get not having a big social battery. I literally have about 0 social battery at all. But with that, when that social battery was active, when I was seeing you in there, when you were just talking to people and commanding a crowd and everyone was laughing at you, that is who I truly believe inside that you are, or you are inside. Yeah, no, I believe it to my core. That is the most, it's just so authentic. It's so authentic that it could not be false. And I, as bad as I am at a multitude of things that you have observed over the past however long it's been, I don't really want to keep recapping the hours to go along with a bit. I'm very good at detecting falsehoods and genuineness, and your just personality shining through seemed very, very, very genuine to me. And yeah, no, this part also seems very genuine, so it just means you're a person who's been the way that they were in the past, and they're trying to get accustomed to the new person that they want to be. And that's just kind of how life is, I guess. I don't know. I think you're really, 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 really special, and I don't say things that I don't mean, because my mind is so nervous and anxious that I'm worried that if I say something that I don't mean, that it'll eventually come back to haunt me in the future, and I don't want to have to deal with the repercussions of that. So I will say this, and this is genuine. I truly believe that you are gonna be someone important at some stage in the future of your life, whether it be right here, right now on this campus, or it be like 10 years in the future in your like late 20s, early 30s, or whether it be in your 50s. At some point in your life, you are going to be very important, and your full potential is going to be on display for everyone. I don't know how I know that, but I feel it very, very deep in my soul, completely within me. And it's a feeling that's so strong that I feel confident in telling you that. And I don't feel confident about anything, and B, don't feel confident about telling people things that aren't true, so you gotta really take my word for it. Oh, hi. Oh, okay. We're okay. Yeah, you do. This is nervousness is happening right now in my head. Because, like, haha, we can have banter when we're sitting across from each other at a coffee shop, or when we're like standing next to each other at a party, and that's cool and stuff, or we're sitting across from each other on our beds and in the dorm, but you're like, all your arms are around me, and my arm is unintentionally around your back, and I'm not uncomfortable with physical touch, but I do get very nervous. Because you make me the most comfortable person in the world in conversation, but when it's something like this, I don't know. The nerves overtake me, and you can make an assumption or a guess as to why that is, but that is a conversation for another day, not right now at all, I do not think. No. We had a very, very, very nice heart-to-heart, a very important heart-to-heart, and it was very good and very wholesome and very wonderful, and it was good. Yes, right. Yes. But now? Now let's not, because I exerted all of my emotional battery at the party, and then I exerted a lot more of my emotional battery here, and I am literally running on fumes. I am so ready to get home, it's not even funny. Oh yeah, I guess I have been calling it home, because I guess I can give you a crumb of sorts or something. You have made me feel so comfortable since I've met you, to the point where wherever you are feels like my home. I do not care if it's corny. It is how I feel. My nerves don't let me feel any certain way about corniness or cheesiness. I just say how I feel, and that's how I feel right now. Oh, okay, same way. All right, that's gonna be in my head. I'm gonna remember that, and I'm never gonna let it go, and it's gonna replay over and over and over again. But let's bypass the words spilling out of my mouth, because I have no control over my body or my brain. How about we get out of here? Okay, unironically, I am actually probably the best person here at beer pong. Yeah, no, I am. I have to be, because I don't drink, and, I wouldn't want my partner to have to do all the drinks, so I am quite possibly the best beer pong player that there has ever been in the entire world. But we're not doing that now. We're going home. But maybe I'll show you a trial run if you ever get me out to another one of these things. Tomorrow, there's no shot. It's our first day. I am not going to another party tomorrow night. We already did. You're not going to turn me into a party animal. You can turn me into a lot of things. A party animal is not one of them. Well, if you're gonna go without me, then maybe I'll take it into consideration. Because I like spending time with you that much. All right, let's hit the road. Yeah. What did I forget something? That okay. Yeah. No kiss on the cheek. That's fine. I'm fine. I'm good. Let's go. Whew. All right. I knew it. It didn't even take 24 hours and you are already revealing your inner bias towards Einstein bagels. I wish they were 24 hours, but they're not, and it sucks really bad. But they are open later than most bagel shops, so we can get one when we're going home from school, from classes. Why did I say school? I don't know, from classes tomorrow. If you really are feeling the Einstein brothers that much.
Take your time. Put my palm against your back. It's just gonna wither away. So I trust it. It's just gonna wither away. We all fall. We're gonna fall.
Yeah, they're pretty nice. I like them. I like them a lot. Yeah, I don't know. Right now, Javelin's definitely the only one I want to have up on the wall, but I gotta kind of reevaluate the feng shui of the place, see exactly what the vibes are, what our vibes are specifically, and once I figure all that out, I'll decide which other ones to put up there. But I mean, I can't not put Javelin up there. Exactly, 100%. I think it is his best album, actually, right above Carrie and Lowell. It's just so like emotionally raw and vulnerable, and the fact that it's about his deceased partner. There's just so much lore going on there. I don't know if lore is the right word to use about a real human being's life, but you get kind of what I'm saying, I'm hoping. And it's just so beautiful. All of it is stunning. So this obviously, it's I think it's my favorite album of the year, I'd say. Yeah. So it is 2 a.m. and you have a 10 a.m., right? Yeah, I also have a 10 a.m., so we should probably, as much as I am very much enjoying this conversation, we should probably hit the hay, right? Yeah, listen, I am not here to be a parent. You can do whatever you want to do, whenever you want to do it, completely. I'm not going to stop you at all. But I will say that if you get to sleep now and you wake up at 9, you can still get your 7 hours of sleep, and that's probably the healthiest thing to have in a college environment. I can't help it. It's just the way that I've been coded. I did so many extracurriculars, and I focused so hard on getting like really, really good grades in school that I regimented my life out super hard. And although I definitely regret doing that in high school and not enjoying myself a little bit more, I have been able to take that skill and kind of hone it back, especially over this summer, to the point where it's perfectly crafted to be set good limits for me to get stuff done, but not overdo it. See, it's not going to be that bad. Plus, I'll set like an alarm for us at 9. Do you have like a preference of what type of alarm you want? No, like genre of music wise, what are you feeling? Okay, I can absolutely get down with some Stevie Wonder. What are we thinking about for Stevie Wonder? Okay. Yeah, for sure. No, I am absolutely down for some Sir Duke in the morning. I feel like that's like getting up out of bed ready for a good day music. That's like the perfect choice actually. All right. Do you want me to turn the light off or okay, cool. Yeah, sure. And there it is. You know, I'm honestly surprised that these beds are as comfortable as they are. And I'm also surprised that, well, I mean, I'm not surprised because I've seen the price of lodging here. That, yeah. And I guess I didn't expect it to, the quality of the lodging to actually match up to the price. Yeah, no, for real. I did not expect for the beds to be this comfortable, but they really are. Lo and behold. All right. We can go to bed now. Okay. Good night. What's up? No, I'm just, just like laying here, the same as I was like 10 seconds ago when I said goodnight. Do you want to talk some more or? Well, we can, I don't exactly, I'm not trying to be rude. I just don't exactly know what you want then. Like, do you want to, because we can talk some more for a little bit. 6.5 hours isn't a bad amount of time to get sleep, but, and why are you not going to be able to get to sleep? I know, I feel homesick too, but I don't know, just try and maybe. Okay, but like, how do you know it's not going to work? Listen, I might be a little slow on the draw sometimes. I might be a little hectic and frantic and nervous, but there's no way you're gonna get me to believe you when you say that you. Oh, yep. No, that is like a giant teddy bear that you are cuddled up to laying in your bed. You had the evidence before I could even get the thought out of my mouth, so yep, that I believe you now. Why didn't you bring it with you, though, then? If you know that you can't get to sleep without a giant teddy bear next to you, why did you not bring that giant teddy bear next to you? Here, I mean. Okay, I get it. I guess. Are you sure? But, like, are you sure there's not going to be any possible way you can get to sleep? Well, at least it'll be back in like 2 weeks. I don't know how long that shipping on that thing is going to work, but it'll be here at some point, and that's good, right? Soon-ish. Yeah, no, I'm very open to questions. I just don't know exactly what you could ask of me right now. Oh, I see where this is going. Okay. Are you sure that's the only possible way for that to happen? Like, are you for sure? No, I don't. Oh, this is so dumb, so stupid. I know, I'm aware that the way I sound right now can be misconstrued as not being interested in cuddling you in bed and falling asleep together. I'm very aware that's the case. And I'm trying to tell you the actual interpretation, as in the real reason I am talking like this and all that. But the words are having a hard time coming out of this mouth right now. Let's try it. Let's do it really good. And okay. All right. I've never cuddled with a girl before, or anyone for that matter, really. I guess it's not an intentional thing. It's just I've never gotten to a point where I was comfortable with enough with anyone to actually cuddle with them, you know? Like that's a pretty, I know this is going to sound like that to me is more intimate than like sex or whatever. That is a very, very, very intimate thing to me, and I take it very, I don't know. I know I don't take it more seriously than sex, but I take it pretty, like, it's a thing, and you're really great, and I just don't, and this whole day has been one of the best days that I've had in a really long time, actually, but I don't want to, like, rush this. I don't know. I mean, I think I'm completely in my own head, but no, you're not making me uncomfortable. You don't have to apologize. It's okay. This, and I'm just making this harder than it has to be, but I don't know. You know what? I am literally a grown adult, and I like being around you and like being in close proximity to you. And at a certain point, I talk to you about how you've been working and trying to become the person that you want to be, and I want to try and become the person that I want to be in the future too. So yeah, we can do that. Yeah, we can cuddle for sure. I don't exactly know if we're both gonna fit comfortably on one bed, but I am absolutely down to try that. I am. I really am. And I promise you, you just brought it up, and I kind of just went on my whole little soliloquy monologue thing, but I promise you that you did not pressure me into this at all whatsoever, even a little bit. You brought it up, and I tried to come up with any reason in my head why I wouldn't or I shouldn't do it, and I ran through them all, and I realized none of them overpower the desire and urge that I have to do that with you. And especially considering that it's something that you need to sleep, and I want to see you succeed tomorrow on your first day of school, and I want to succeed with you on my first day of school. I think that's important. Yeah, I do. I really, 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 really do. Okay, do you want to do it in my hand? You are already up. Hi, hello, hi. You're really close, and I am nervous. Listen. Yeah. Duh. You absolutely make me nervous. I don't know how any of our interactions over the totality of the day has not led you to that specific conclusion, but yes, you absolutely do make me nervous. I'm such an anxious person that in my mind, it can be hard to differentiate between good anxiety and bad anxiety, or like the good type of nerves, like the butterflies in the stomach that people describe in stories, or just literally my guts flipping over in a bad way. But I think for one of the first times ever, I can pretty confidently say these are good nerves. Okay. Yeah. No, it's nothing. It's nothing. I don't want to embarrass myself more than I already have. You promise? Because you have to promise to not laugh, or like make fun of me, or get creeped out, or once again, there is still enough time to throw me out on the streets, so please do not do that either. You have to promise. A pinky swear, huh? You know this is basically like a blood oath, right? Okay. I really like the way that you smell. Yeah, you have this like interesting mix of like lavender, and I know lots of people say, "Oh, lavender is an old person scent," but I love the smell of lavender. It's amazing. I used to have this little mist that I would put on my pillow that was lavender scented, and you smell like a combination of that and like I can't discern whether it's pine cones or just nature in general, but I guess I'm leaning towards pine cones, a very fresh, refreshing, invigorating smell. And I know that please, you. No, I can't tell like if that look is, oh, that's really sweet and kind and nice, or oh, you're a creep. Please don't ever smell me again. I'm having a bit of a difference differentiating which look that is. And maybe it's because the lights are off, or maybe it's because you're just hard to read. That is what I wanted to hear. And yes, absolutely. If I ever just go off on one of those tangents that is not going to be beneficial for either of us and just it's going to get me worked up, you absolutely have permission just to interrupt me and cease my worries and quell my fears. You can cuddle a little bit closer if you want. Oh, I appreciate the thought, but I would not call them cojones if it took me like the entire time that you've been here thinking it over and going back and forth over whether I should say that. But yeah, I would like to for you to be closer to me. Yeah. You know, I think I get why you couldn't sleep without your teddy bear, because as much as my brain is telling me that I should be terrified right now, my body is just like shutting down in a good way. You're just so comfortable right next to me, like in the crook of my arm, and this is really nice. Oh, and by the way, I know that you initiated this and all, but if you're ever feeling uncomfortable and you're like, oh, maybe I can't sleep, just a kiss on the cheek is definitely one way to shut me up. You're not wrong at all. I don't, this is just really good, and I needed something really good after the last year that I had, and I know we haven't really talked about it. Maybe one day we will. Definitely not today. Definitely not tomorrow. But I just gotta thank you for being you, because I think you're really amazing. Yeah, I do. Thank you. I appreciate it. That the feeling is mutual. All right, we ready to go to like actual bed now? Okay. Good night. Hi. Good morning. I know that I can speak to you at this level without risk of waking you up, because I couldn't sleep last night because I was so worried about today, and there were a bunch of people running down the hall at one point, and they were making a bunch of noise and
knocking on a bunch of doors. They were doing that like, I hear your heart beat to the beat of the drum, bam, bam thing that was on like TikTok like a year ago. And so I know you are a pretty sound sleeper. I cannot believe that we cuddled last night. It's kind of the most insane thing that's ever happened ever to me. And I know that that could mean a multitude of things. One, that could mean that I've had absolutely no social life in the past, which is all true. But that could also mean that you mean a lot to me. And that is also true. It's kind of crazy, honestly, but I can't tell you how I'm feeling now to your face, because although we've touched on it, kinda, I do know that saying what I'm about to say to your face, if it's not reciprocated, could lead to the two of us not exactly being on the best terms. And I don't want that at all because of what I'm about to say to you. Oh my God, you are like, you look so content. Yeah, I wonder what you're thinking about. Sorry, I got a little bit distracted because I think you're really cute. Hi. In the span of a day, you've managed to have more of an impact on my life than any other person that I've met outside of my immediate family. And I don't exactly know how you did it. I came here wanting to be someone that I wasn't back home. And it's almost like, without even having to tell you anything, you saw that inside of me. You saw like all of my trauma and all of my past, and you saw through to who I really, really am outside of this frenetic and nervous and constantly worrying exterior, and you did it immediately. How do you do that? I don't know how you do that. No one's seen me in the way that I think I really actually organically and truly am. It's so impressive. And because you saw the real me from off rip, I felt so comfortable with you. And something about you, as the day went on, I wasn't able to do it immediately, but I was able to see who you truly were. And not just because we both have outsides that don't match our insides, and I think our outsides are cultivated by our past and the way that other people have treated us in the past, and our reactions to how people have treated us in the past. It's almost like our outsides are defense mechanisms, but our insides are there. And I don't know if other people have seen you like I've seen you, but last night proved that I did. I feel a connection with you that is beyond what I should be feeling right now. And in all honesty, it's really terrifying, because I feel like a creep. I mean, how can you say that within 24 hours of meeting someone, you already feel like you want to be in their lives for as long as they live, without sounding kind of psychotic, right?
but it's how I feel, and I can't deny that, and I don't want to like push it back and hide it inside to the point where it festers there, and knowing that internally is how I feel, eventually at some point it'll burst out, and it won't reveal itself in a very healthy way. I know this because that's what I've done before with certain issues. That's what I've done before with my therapy. One day I'm going to tell you about all of it, but I'm very glad that we didn't get into that last night, because I am terrified that when you really hear about some of the stuff that has created who I am, you will have no interest in not even just being with me, but even being in a room with me, or being around me, or investing your time into me, because I know that that's the thing, I know that you are special. Anyone with a brain knows that you are special. Anyone that lays an eye on you knows that you're special. And I know that the campus isn't ready for you. I don't think anyone's ready for you. I think you are the most radiant human being I have ever seen. And I know other people see it too. And I know you laughed me off, but every single eye at that party last night was on you when you walked in that room. It was. And I know that there are going to be other more enticing options than me in any capacity. I know that I am just a nervous wreck, but when I'm around you, I don't feel like a nervous wreck. And I would never want to monopolize your time, but I just want to spend my time with you. I like you a lot, and I like you too much already, to the point where I get scared thinking about it. And I need you to know you're not even awake. I'm such a coward, I can't even say this in front of you. I need you to know that I'm not this way ever. I'm too nervous to make social bonds, so I kind of try and stay away from them. But with you had this hold on me, this gravitational pull. If we're being honest, if you were someone else and I saw you with your shirt off, obviously shirt, but back with your back facing me, I would have just ran away, and I would have gone, and I would have asked for another room, and I would have left immediately. And the fact that I didn't even do that, there was something about you that held me in place there. That was like, this is where you need to be. This is where you're meant to be. You feel like home. And I never really had that feeling growing up of a home. Once again, I don't want to get into my stuff, but you feel like where I'm supposed to be and who I'm supposed to be with. And again, I know we've briefly grazed the surface level of that type of conversation, but I don't know. I don't want you. I know that once we have that conversation, I'm going to need to tell you everything, and I don't know how I'm going to do that. I want to do it so bad. I want you to know all of me, but there is still that part of me that is constantly overthinking things and filled with anxiety. But I think the more and more time that I spend around you and with you, the more and more I'll be able to open up, and the more connected we'll become, and the more comfortable I'll feel one day telling you about my past. all of this to say, even with all of this intense imagery and all of the stuff I've been saying, I don't love you yet. Obviously, that's such a I've never loved anyone in my life aside from my close family. I haven't. But I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility to feel that way about you in the near future. That is terrifying, man. That's so scary. And you're in my arm right now. You wanted to cuddle me. You're cuddling me. You have your arm wrapped around my chest. This is not just a one-way thing. And I know that you feel something too. But I'm again constantly overthinking. Maybe this is all in my head. Maybe I want this relationship to be a thing so bad with every fiber in my being that I'm altering these memories that I have of us to be more positive than they actually are. I'm viewing it through a lens that will conform to what I want it to be. And do you realize how much of a psychopath I sound like? I realize how much of a psychopath I sound like. We've known each other for less than a day. We've had like 3 major memories with each other. But I feel like we've known each other in every past life that has ever happened. I feel like our through line goes back millenniums. I wholeheartedly believe that. And I won't give up on a dream of this happening, and I'm gonna believe that something positive is coming our way, and that we might belong together. But for now, I have to go to the gym. And I will be back before you wake up. And I'm sorry that I have to leave, because I would love to snuggle you until whenever we have to wake up, but gotta get the workout in. All right. And how am I supposed to react to that? I try to get out of this bed, and your grasp tightens on me, and I melt into nothingness. Okay, maybe 10 more minutes. Oh my God. Hey, I don't know if we're gonna continue being friends after this. I hope so, but hey, remind me, please, even if we end up not becoming friends after this, please remind me never to take a 6 to 9 in my life if anything depends on it. I don't care if I had to take something at 8 in the morning and it's 4 days of the week, it's like 8 to 8:50. Please never let me take a 6 to 9 again. That is abysmal. Yeah, sorry. Got a little ahead of myself, just, yeah, I don't know. I literally, that was the most insane lecture of my life. And I think the problem is I would be fine if the lecturer was someone who was super low energy and kind of catered to the very ever apparent vibe of the classroom, right? Except the problem is that he doesn't at all. He's super, super, super high energy, which I don't know how you can do that in a 6 to 9, but he is constantly going and he is very excited about what he is teaching. And to be fair, I do enjoy the subject, but geez Louise, it is very difficult to keep up with him. No, I'm sorry. It was just fresh in my mind, and I am literally like exhausted. How was your day? Okay, that's good. That sounds good. Is there any classes that you like more than the other? Did you have all good classes? Were there any that you didn't like? Well, yeah, that's kind of to be expected with gen eds, right? You power through them and you just go and yeah, it's like you got to get them out of the way before you actually get into talking about and going to the classes that involve the subjects that you're actually interested in. A rite of passage for the first year, if you will. Hey, no, yeah, you're right. It is that doesn't make it any easier to stomach that you're gonna have to learn about. Oh, hey, gotta make sure I know how to write. Or, ooh, hey, gotta make sure that I know ninth grade biology in a college setting. Or, ooh, hey, wanna talk about math? No way. Did you actually? Are you being serious right now? Do you have it on Tuesday and Thursday from 1:15 to 2:45? Well, I have to tell you, I think that you were in luck because I also took logic Tuesday and Thursday 1:15 to 2:45. I just realized we were like so completely all over the place yesterday. We didn't even really talk about our schedules. So we have a class together. That's awesome. What made you choose logic? Well, hey, to be fair, yes, that is part of the reason I chose it. I'm not doing any math class in my life. And the fact that they consider that to be a math class, it was very nice. But also, I don't know, I kind of like the whole if A and B then C type of stuff. It tickles a certain part of my brain that doesn't often get tickled. So yeah, I don't know. I'm very excited for it. And hey, you won't have to bear through it alone. We will sit in the wherever you want to sit. Okay, yeah, no, I'm down. We will sit in the back left-hand corner and try and keep up with everything, and we can have study nights, and it will all be good, I think. Okay. I'll be more positive. It'll all be good, I know. So, but like other than that, did you enjoy the other than the subjects being super boring because gen eds, did you enjoy like the classes otherwise? Oh, that's chill. Yeah, no, I'm glad. I didn't really talk to many people in the classes because obviously, look at me, you know this about me by now, I think. But the people that I was forced to actually have interactions with, because of course you're a freshman in college, all of the icebreakers are going to be happenings. And I did, break the ice with some people, and they were nice actually. I don't know. I always get in my own head about me and how I look and like the vibe and the aura that I give off. And I get nervous that people won't be into it, but everyone was really, really chill. And that was kind of a really big relief. Yeah, it was. It was nice to be able to talk to people without, stuff. Yeah. Nah, I'm not. I don't really feel like bringing down the vibe of the day with all talk of that stuff. So yeah, no. Yeah. No, I'm seriously, I'm not going to talk about it right now. Instead, let us move on to the topic of the rest of the night. Unless you have an absolute psychopath of a teacher who decided to give you homework on your first night, I'm going to safely, hopefully, make the assumption that you do not have any work to do tonight. Or, well, I mean, I guess you could have work that was like pre-scheduled on Blackboard, and it's like, okay, do you have this to do before your first day of class? But those teachers suck, and I'm really hoping that you don't have any teachers like that. So if you don't, well, first of all, do you have anything to do for tomorrow? Hey, I will not accept that attitude from you. I know that this is a wonderful experience, and we're here, and we are going to have a great time. You have convinced me of that, but since you are going to get me out of my shell, or that seems to be your goal at least, and get me to have a good time around campus and actually talk to people, I am going to be here to make sure that you ace every single one of your classes. Okay, fine. Beasts. At least beasts every one of your classes. But no, you'll be there to unground me, and I'll be there to ground you. So you don't even have to worry about that. I am. One of the things I'm very confident about is my educational competence, or my learning competence. So yeah, I will be here to help you every step of the way. Aw, thank you. No, but seriously, it's the least I can do, right? You're someone who is really nice and really kind, and I get along with very, very clearly. So yeah, I'd like to do that with you, and I'd like to help you out since you're helping me out. Okay, sure. Yeah, I know you're kind of a loner too, and we had that conversation last night, but you've already, even if it's false bravado and false confidence, which again, I don't think it is. I think that's who you are as a person. You've helped me kind of already talk more in these classes that I took on the first day than I would have. I even held a conversation on our break because, in the middle of these 6 to 9 lectures, they have a break. I don't know. I think it's obligatory. I think you have to do that. But we had a break, and I talked to one of the people next to me. They were this really, really nice person. Their name is, I think, Shayna. Yeah. And they're really, really, really cool. No, not like that. They, I'm pretty sure they swing for the other side of the fence, or the other team. I'm not exactly, never really played baseball, so I'm not exactly sure how that analogy works, Will say, though, and maybe this is the exhaustion talking, because I'm not usually this brash. It's not brash, that's not the right word. Straightforward. Blunt is the right word. James Blunt. Did he sing You're Beautiful? Anyways, that's besides the point. I could kind of maybe picked up on the vibe that you were a little bit nervous about me and this and Shayna talking. I don't know. No, yeah, that is fair. It is. I did shut down the previous conversation. You absolutely get to shut down this one. It is only right. So back to what I was initially talking about. What do you want to do tonight? Oh, okay. Well, we could. Me? I don't know. I'm not really much of a planner guy. I've never had to really plan for hanging out with other people, really. So I don't know. We could stay in. We could just order takeout, or we could go find some type of edible food on this campus now that Einstein Brothers is closed. I know. I promise I don't bring it up in every conversation. It's just happened to come up in every conversation. I think there's a really, really okay, I've heard, mediocre pizza place, but pizza right now would hit the spot immensely, Or we could, I don't know, if you're feeling kind of cooped up in here, we could go out. Yeah, there's a bus line that goes to downtown, so we could always go downtown and see how it is there. I don't know, it could be fun, right? Yeah, no, it is absolutely crazy that I'm even remotely suggesting going around a large group of people, but I actually talked to Shayna about it, and she said that it is really like thriving and vibrant, and it's not a place that's very congested, but it is bustling. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, there are people there, but you're not going to get super caught up in it. So that sounds perfect for me, because I like people. No, I do like people. I just like them at a distance, you know? And hey, there are pros of going there. For me, cons, people. Pros, way better food, apparently. There's supposed to be this like Coney dog place that has like fresh beef dogs, so you know that it's beef, and you don't have to wonder like, I wonder what's actually in here. Is it like pig guts? Is it like goat intestines? You don't have to worry about that at all. It's just a fresh old 100% beef dog with some good old chili, some cheese. No, you are right. You will have to actually then worry about what's in the chili. But regardless of that, it's supposed to be really good. I heard there's like a Thai fusion place down there that's also really, 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 really good. Yeah, I did actually hear all of this from Shayna, and that is because they are very, very chatty. They talk a lot. Not in a bad way, not in a way that's overwhelming, but I definitely got my fair share of information. So it is totally up to you. I am down to do whatever you want to do, because maybe a little bit of payback if I'm assessing the situation correctly. Always could not be, but as long as I'm doing something with you, I will be happy. Yeah, I mean it. I really, really, really mean it. And yeah, so I'm down to do whatever you want to do. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm down. Will you, since you are like already dressed in like comfortable clothes, would you mind like stepping out so I could change? Is that chill? Oh, so you are now okay. So this is how we're going to play all of this. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting, I will say. Okay, will you at least do me the honor of, I don't know, turning around on your bed so I can change? Oh, well, thank you. You are such a gentleman. I do appreciate it. I do. I don't know. I just want to get into some more comfy clothes, you know? No, I don't know. I just kind of, I don't know. It's weird. I like to wear like belts and like chinos and like polo shirts ish. I know we can wear anything, but I guess I want to make a good first impression on people. Yeah, no, you're right. I definitely could use some advice on the wardrobe. I got some like jeans and some good t-shirts, but I'd be down for you to like show me the ropes if you want. Have you been looking at me this entire time while I've been changing? Well, I guess, you know, you are right in the technical sense. I do owe you, if we're being real. You did I did come in and see your back. So there you go. But this is it, okay? Now we're totally even, all right? Good. So are you ready to hit the road? Oh, and by the way, I did not even realize this. Is that a vinyl player? I didn't even, like, we've been talking and I've just been so enamored in engrossed in our conversation, I didn't even realize there was music playing right now. Because I didn't bring my vinyl player, because I don't know, I get really worried about when I take things on trips. I'm like, I do not want anything to happen to them. Because one time when I was taking a trip, I had my laptop in the back seat. For some reason, I didn't pack it up. And we went over a speed bump. And it went up and it went down and it hit the floor. Like, it went onto the floor. And the right half of the computer was, like, completely dimmed. And I was like, oh man, I had to go send it back into Microsoft, get a replacement. It was the biggest hassle in the entire world. But I don't know. I didn't bring my vinyl player with me because of that. But I'm really glad you did. Yeah, that's awesome. We'll finally be able to play Javelin. And I can show you a bunch of my other records. Oh my God. Wait, hold on a second. Is there a record store downtown? We are totally going to the record store downtown. I don't care whether it's before or after the chili dogs or the Thai fusion or whatever you want to get. We have to hit that record store. I am so excited. What do I want to get this? I haven't gotten Scaring the Hose by JPEG Mafia and Danny Brown. I would really like to pick that one up. Is there anything else from this year that I'd like to pick up? The new Jessie Ware record, I would really, really, really like. Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I love dance pop, and that one is so infectious. Is there anything else? I don't know. I can't think of anything. Oh, the new Chicken. Listen, all I want right now is to be able to properly process thoughts, emotions, basic comprehension skills, but I don't think I can get past the fact that they completely undersold it. This is the best Coney dog I've had in my life. No. And you can't say that. I have actually been to New York before, and we got so much food there. We got Coney dogs. We got pizza. We got, like, tacos. All that stuff. This is the best Coney dog I've had in my entire life. The onions are crisp. The cheese tastes rich. It doesn't taste just like cheese whiz that's melted like these things usually do. The chili is fresh. You can taste the beans. You can taste the meat. Everything is amazing. And the all beef frank. It's enough to make a grown man cry, but I won't. We are in a very public place. We are sitting down in this park, on this bench, and I know that there are probably people here that attend school with us that we may perhaps run into at a certain point in time. Even though it is a relatively populated school, there's still a chance. So I will not indeed cry over this magnificent creation that I have just consumed into my body, that I would hope, unfortunately, I know it's not possible. I would love for it to live with me forever. Yeah, it was really good. Did you like it? Yeah, good. I am glad you liked it, and I'm glad that we came down here. God, it is gorgeous. Yeah, and you don't really describe downtowns like that usually, but it is stunning down here. Like the parks and the streets. They were totally right. It is kind of bustling, but also you can navigate it really easily. There wasn't a point walking around where we had a problem with anyone or like congestion. The going across the streets is always fine. Yeah, it's great. I don't know. I really like being down here. I know this is crazy. Actually, I've never been to here before. Yeah, it was one of those things where I definitely didn't think this out as much as I probably should have, but I kind of wanted to get away from like everything just in general. Yeah, once again, it's probably we are having a really good time, but and I know that I say this constantly, and I'm like, oh yeah, we can talk about that later, but we can like actually talk about that later. I'm not trying to push it off. It's just that it always seems to come up at inopportune times where we're very much enjoying each other's company and presence. So I'm not trying to avoid it. I'm not trying to hide anything from you. Which is crazy because technically I probably should be trying to hide this from you, considering the fact that I am, I've known you for a day. So being this I'm not this open with people that I've known for years, let alone people that I've known for weeks, let alone people that I've known for a day. So, yeah. I know. Thank you for switching topics, by the way. That was the most adorable little record shop in the world. I can't believe it. And I can't believe that Grant and Julie liked us that much. Am I overstepping my boundaries by calling them by their first names when they literally told us to call them by their first names when we kept asking about every single record in the store? Yeah, it is crazy. I cannot believe that they're so cheap. That's insane. I don't know how they could possibly be making a profit off of buying the records and then selling the records, but I mean, hey. I've been to so many record shops that were in and around my hometown, and this Jessie Ware album, nowhere near $20, always closer to $30 to $35. And so the fact that I got it for that much is a steal. Thank you very much. Oh my God, you didn't? You did? I've been holding this the whole time thinking it was just mine. What did you get? A classic. A classic. No, that's great. Heck yeah. No, I do love Charlie XCX. She is wonderful. Great music. Great songwriting. Very underrated aspect of her whole what talent was the word I was looking for, and I was struggling for that. Yeah. God, I don't know, man. You know, and part of me, because I've told you about being nervous around people, maybe it was just the place. Yeah, I don't know. Back home wasn't necessarily a super like diverse or accepting place or anything like that. But I've always had that mindset. So, but and so maybe I just kind of didn't want to put myself forward in that type of situation where less diverse and less accepting people were more likely to be. But maybe here, where it is very clear that it is very diverse and very accepting, I think I'll be okay here. So maybe that was part of it. It's definitely not all of it. You saw me at the party. I was freaking out for like the beginning, or you know what? I just lied. I just shut down sometimes. And you know what? That is so crazy. You would never be able to convince me of that. The way that you just went up to the Grand Julie and just said, "Hey, what's going on? Do you have this? I love your shop," and just started chatting their ear off to the point where I was comfortable enough to even strike up a conversation with them. I would never believe that you were like a loner back in high school. Yeah, you can ask me anything. I promise. I told you and even though you might not believe it at this point, I am totally an open book about everything, and I want you to have that same level of comfortability around me. So, ask me anything. Now, hey, look at me. Just for a sec, look at me. While I get this out, because I think that you are very good at discerning truth from observing body language and facial expressions. So I want you to just look at me really quickly, okay? You already have made an impact on my life more than you even know, I think. There is
and I don't want to sound too clingy or anything like that, but there's absolutely no shot in the entire world that I would have any interest or just of just not being friends with you. I would never drop you at all. First of all, that's not in my character. Like, two people that I like less than I like you already. Like people that I've been friends with for multiple years. I have way, but I don't have the same level of connection with. I have given them multiple second chances. I'm not saying you would do anything wrong, of course. That's not at all what I'm going for. But I have loyalty is a main key part of my personality trait, and I don't give up on people easily. And with all of the kindness that you've shown me and trying to get me out of my shell and me working with you, I don't know. I think it's great. It's really good. I would never, I don't know if I could give up on this. And that's so insane. It's been a day. Sometimes I look at myself in the mirror. I've caught myself looking at myself in a mirror or like a reflection and be like, dude, are you even sane? Yeah, maybe I'm insane. Maybe I'm finally letting go of my sanity and it's worth it. Maybe this is what I've been missing out on this whole time. I'll be honest with you. I'm just kind of glad that you need me as much as I need you. Not in a weird codependent way, but sometimes I get worried that I'm like overexerting myself on you. Well, thanks. I really appreciate that. That's really, really, really nice of you to say, and I promise I will take that to heart. That is one of the most stunning fountains in the entire universe. And I can actually say that because I am a bit of like an architecture nerd. So I have actually looked at architecture in like some of the most beautiful fountains in the entire universe. And maybe it's just the moment in time that I'm existing in that gives me like future nostalgia blinders. But this is something else. No, I promise you, that was not a Dua Lipa reference, although retroactively, can I take credit for it being such? Good. No, it wasn't. It was the best term that I could possibly think of to describe what's going on in my brain right now, or processing. Yeah. What? Well, every idea that's come out of your mouth so far has been brilliant, so I'm down to hear any sort of idea that you have. I could not agree more. Because you know what? And trust me, I'm not going to let you walk all over me in that regard if you try and push it further, because we are going to stay home most nights, and we are going to study, and we are going to actually do our classwork to the point where your GPA is going to be... Wow, I don't know why this came to the forefront of my mind, but I was going to say thebomb.com. Ugh, God. Yeah, no, I guess I'm... What is that even millennial? Can you even count that as millennial? Anyways, that's besides the point. But I think agreeing to a minimum of doing this once a week is a fantastic idea. Yeah, it is. I like coming out here. For a place that has so many people in it, it's more peaceful than I could have possibly predicted. Now, are you satisfied enough in this excursion that we have both taken? The records store, was it cute enough? Were the Coney dogs good enough? Is this view magnificent enough for you? For me to send a thank you from you to Shayna when I see them next? Hey, even a reluctant thank you is a thank you, so I will take that. So, I don't want to ruin the party. Even though this isn't a party. Just kind of the vibe. I don't want to ruin the vibe. But, if we want to get back home and get to sleep at a decent time, the last bus coming through here will be in about 20 minutes. The last bus for us getting home to meet all those requirements. Because the second day is really important too, because we got a lot of first classes on the second day too. So, do you want to do anything else down here, or are you just about ready to pack up and head out? Yeah, no, I'm down for one more thing if it's relatively quick. Sure. Really? No, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. I don't know. I can't remember the last time that someone wanted to take a picture with me, if it ever happened at all. So I would love that. All right, let me get in here. Do I have permission to put my arm around you, just for the sake of fitting into the frame together? Oh yeah, it's totally just for that sake, and there's absolutely no ulterior motives or motivation behind it whatsoever. What can I say? I do have some sort of whatever the kids are calling it these days. Jeez, Riz, I'm fine. I'm not nervous. Me nervous to have my arm around you? No. Psh, get out of here. Nervous. Okay, I'm serious. I am smiling. This is my smile. Fine, okay. Is good? All right. Yeah, I like the look of it too. So, you ready to head on out? Okay, listen, I understand. I know. A bagel sandwich and the hot dog 2 days in a row, not necessarily a great diet. And we will, because we have that mini fridge, we will be doing some home food, meal prep, whatever the heck it is. Have you seen those like YouTube shorts where the guy is in his dorm and he makes all of that like gourmet food? We're not going to be getting to that level. We will get up there because I don't know. But first, we do have to try out all of the sites because there's so much food to eat here, and I don't want to get anything to waste. And we gotta make sure we have our go-to takeout spot. We gotta make sure we have our go-to celebration spot. It's gonna be great. We gotta get all of that. I am not a dictator. Just because I said we couldn't take 2 10-minute breaks within the first half an hour of studying and doing our work that we are here to do, that does not make me a dictator. I am not Mao. I am not Stalin. Get out of here with all of that. Absolutely not. No, listen. Is it annoying? Yes, indubitably so. In my opinion, the education system is completely flawed when it comes to homework. It's just extra work that is made for students that the system thinks it's really great and it helps enforce the knowledge in your brain, but in all reality, it deters students from actually wanting to learn. And I think it would be just better to have even, crazy, I know, 6 to 9 longer classes
where you can get more work done in the classroom, in that work environment, so you don't have to go home and do more stuff. That's my opinion, but hey, what do I know? I only literally observed the complete failures of it at my high school. Yeah, our teachers were way too homework dependent to the point where I literally saw kids who came in as freshmen that were bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, ready to learn everything that was put in front of them. And then as seniors, they dropped below a 2.5 GPA, more so around 2.0. And they were not having any of this, no siree, Bob. And it's all because of the way that education is presented. But I really think that there is a way to present these topics and to approach the process of learning that could be healthy and all kids would accept. But no, they don't. They have to assign us with homework. So trust me, I'm on your side. I'm on your side completely. But we're here. We paid the money to do it. We might as well do it and think about all the amount of work we're gonna get when we get out of here. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't have anything at the end there, but I tried, and that's what really matters. Speaking of what really matters, you did, after a fair amount of complaining, give me my all. So give me your all. I don't know why I said give me my all. Jeez, give me your all. And you did sit down and you hunkered down and we finished everything like we said we would. Although it is kind of crazy that after our second day, they decided, hey, we're going to assign you work that you have to do. And I know we could have done it tomorrow because we have Tuesday, Thursday classes, but it's good to get it done now. And you know what? If you want to, Wednesday night, we can even go out a little bit if you would like that. Yeah, we can do something tomorrow night. That's fun. But tonight we did this, and I don't know about you, but I am absolutely feeling a stay in type of vibe. If you're okay with that. I was hoping you would say yes, because I was worried you had already made plans in one of your classes and you were going to drag me out there, which once again, as I've stated a multitude of times, I'll do anything as long as I get to spend my time with you. But, hey. So what do you want to do, though? What's the vibe? What are we feeling? We don't really have much in here, but we do have, thanks to my older cousin, who is a little bit off the deep end, but I appreciate him very much. We do have a very small TV, and I do have the Fire Stick, so we can watch whatever you want. If you want to do that, I don't know. Whatever you feel, I am down. A movie night it is. Did you eat anything today? And see, that's where the problem comes in. If you didn't eat anything today, lucky for you. Yes, I did say lucky for you. For some reason, no, I literally do not know why this happened at all. But in my macroeconomics class, guess what? I have procured for us. They had a bunch of Jimmy John subs, and I hid it from you in the fridge before you got here, and I have a beautiful 6-inch, I think it's turkey, ham, maybe a little bit of salami in there, and a bunch of veggies, and a bunch of sauces, and it's all really good, and I feel like this will be, it's not the worst, dinner you can have, so... Of course. I don't know if you couldn't pick up on this at all, but we're together now. Not like that together, but we're roommates, and we are, I hope, at least friends now. Okay, well, yeah, I would also consider us very good friends, but A, it's been like 2 days, and B, I don't want to overstep my boundaries or anything like that, or scare you, or act like I'm too clingy or whatever. But one thing that I do, even for friends that I don't feel close with, is they're always in my mind. I'm always making sure that I'm looking out for things that they'd like, or things that they'd appreciate, so, hey, you said it, not me, but I do appreciate it. That is very nice and kind of you. I think that I am also very lucky to have stumbled upon you as my first friend here. Okay, no, yeah, you're right. You are my only friend here thus far. But hey, I'm actually, you would be surprised at what I did today. Yeah, no, it was great. I actually engaged in a conversation that was longer than 10 minutes. Yeah, I was sitting next to this really, really, really nice girl, and her name is Maria. She is very, very, very sweet. Once again, that's the weird thing about coming to the university here. Lots of people my age back in the hometown are the opposite of sweet. And here, everyone is so nice and kind, and it's very genuine too. It comes from a place of no fabrication, at least from what I can decipher. But no, she was very nice, and we kind of hit it off when we were talking about our icebreakers, because first day of class, obviously icebreakers. Because I'm not taking any Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday classes, I would be out of my mind to do that. But yeah, it was really cool, and she is really into like the same sort of media that I'm into, and that was awesome. And after class we kind of just sat there for like 5 minutes because there was no other classes coming into the lecture hall. We just talked for a little bit and then we left. Is the sandwich not good? No, it's, you just kind of look a little bit off again. No, I'm not making fun of you at all. I would not do that. I am very pro teasing because we do that to each other now. But I'm very anti poking fun at someone when they look distressed. No, not in my wheelhouse, not in my forte. Oh, no, I did not get her number or anything like that. No, I'm not laughing at you. It's just, I don't know. If I were a betting man of any sort, which I'm not, so that's very good for our future here. I'd say maybe you seem a little bit jealous. Yeah. Maybe a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I'm completely off here, but kind of seems that way. Oh no, a physical attack. I simply can't stand it. Oh, ow, all of these punches, they hurt all over my body. It's impossible to I don't know. It's funny. But you do have to eat the sandwich though. Yeah, no, I did say you have to eat it because you have not eaten anything all day, and it is important for us to eat. It is. We don't want to develop any bad habits around these parts, I would say. So here, since I gave you a little bit of teasing, a light tease, what do you say about you choosing whatever you watch? Yeah, see, I'm a kind soul. A good fella, if you will. Not the movie, because those are mafia. I've never seen Goodfellas, so I can't really follow through on the joke. No, I have never seen Goodfellas. Okay, we will watch Goodfellas one day, I promise. No, look, you see here, my hands are here. No finger crossing. I promise we will do that. So what do you want to watch?
No freaking shot. Oh, golly. I did say anything, didn't I? I've dug this hole myself. I can't get out of it. All right, let's do it. The freebie BuzzFeed Studios Christmas rom-com with Leighton Meester. Why not? Why not? Hey, gotta start at the bottom so you can work your way up to the top. Hey, no, oh God, no more physical violence, please. I can't stand it. Now, I will get that started. I promise I will get that started. You gotta go take a bite of your sandwich, though. Yeah, I gotta make sure my girl is all good, up to speed, fed, properly watered, harvested, taken care of. Yeah. Maybe I did say my girl. Maybe I didn't. Once again, these are the type of things that you will never know unless you have a direct memory of it or you're able to read my body language and physical expressions at all, which is probably pretty likely. So you can determine exactly what I said. You drive a very, very, very hard bargain. I will say that. Okay, I'm not one to hold back. I'm one to give in. Yes, I did. Albeit it was a Freudian slip. I did indeed call you my girl. Now, as you have said, an equal trade for that would be reparations that would be found through the form of cuddling, and I will take those right now, please. Oh, come on. We have established my bed is far more comfortable. You've literally been sleeping with me for 2 nights. Not in that way. Not in that way. Nope. Not. You're a dork. And that's coming from a dork. You're a dork. That's coming from the guy who literally sat us in here and forced us to do our homework. You are a dork. Yeah, but you're truly. Nah, I've already. I no more compliments. I've already dug myself enough of a hole for you to, So come here. Yeah. All right. The world of Leighton Meester and Xmas awaits. And we are here 10 minutes before showtime, the perfect time to file in. You get a good idea of how many people are going to be in the theater, which also good news, doesn't look like it's going to be a lot. We have the perfect seats, slightly off to the left, but not all the way, in the back of the theater. We have the popcorn at the ready, as requested by... I know you're here. I'm having my little monologue. Let me be. I'm really happy, okay? Just give it to me this time, all right? Popcorn at the ready, as requested by the lady. This is truly the start to a perfect night. That it doesn't take it back. You are a dork. I am corny. That is true. I never denied the fact that I am, but you are still a dork at heart. Yeah, you are, and that's okay. Because I'm a little bit of a dork myself too, but we won't go there. Yeah, that is the good thing about this. I didn't really think that there were going to be that many people here on a Wednesday night. Yeah, and especially considering it's a little bit of a drive away. I thought that this theater would be the perfect one to go to. Didn't really want to go to the one downtown because that's going to be super duper busy. It's Thursday night, isn't it? I don't know. Yeah, I'm losing track of everything already. I'm caught up in my own hype train. Let me be.
First off, I did not drag you here. You were the one who said I could choose what we do if we went out. Remember last night? I said, you can choose whatever we watch, but we're staying in. And so you returned the favor for me. It just so happens that I wanted to go see a movie because I haven't gone to see a movie here. And this theater is amazing. Got the reclining seats. Everything is perfect. Because that's my, if there's not a good theater here, or if there wasn't, I might have considered transferring schools. No, you're right. I would have never actually considered it because then I'd be leaving you. And contrary to the jabs that you're throwing at me at the current moment, I have found myself pretty attached to you, if you couldn't tell. No, I know we're going to make friends and stuff like that. Hopefully, at least, fingers crossed. But I don't know. I just don't feel like I'll be able to make one during my time here that I connect to as much as you. Well, I'm glad the feeling is mutual because your ribbing at me was really starting to get to me. Okay, no, I will. I'll shut up. I told you when we were in the car what we were going to go see. I did. I absolutely 1,000,000% told you. Were you... Was the passenger princess asleep as she seems to be whenever we drive places? Is there something about cars that makes you narcoleptic or something like that? Hey, I don't know. We could look into it if you need to. No, I don't mind telling you again, of course. But if I ever sound like I'm rambling and you want me to stop, just tell me. Because when it comes to movies, I cannot stop rambling. Okay, all right. I just want to make sure. So it's called The Holdovers. And it is starring Paul Giamatti, and it is directed by Alexander Payne, who has done a bunch of movies that I like. He did The Descendants, which is really good. Sideways is fine. My favorite from him is Nebraska, which is like an old, like, it's like a black and white movie. It's not old, but it's like, it looks older because of the black and whiteness. You get what I'm saying. It's starring Bruce Dern, but this one I have heard that it is not only supposed to be really good, but it's also supposed to be really wholesome and really wonderful and, very festive. Yeah, I can't get you in. I know your vibe. I'm able, you put on this really, really tough exterior, but every single time we've watched something, it has either been a rom-com or rom-com adjacent. So starting you off with maybe like a wholesome / tearjerker drama is where I want to go before we really delve into like the other stuff. Don't worry, there's going to be some point during the semester where you are going to need me to do some sort of homework for you. No, I'm not making an assumption at all whatsoever. And do you know why I'm not making an assumption? Because you have literally told me that that's the case. Yeah, ding dong. Verbal harassment for calling you a ding dong. All right, sure. If that's what you consider verbal harassment, lock me up. Throw away the key because I'm going to be continuing to call you a ding dong for the rest of our tenure here now. Yeah, that's how it's gonna roll out, I think. No, but it's about this teacher who nobody at the school really likes. It's like a boarding school, and as boarding schools do, all of the kids go back on Christmas to see their families, but there are obviously people. They're like quote unquote the title of the film, the holdovers, the people that do not have any family to go see, or their family's just not available to go be seen. And so it's about this relationship between him and one of the kids. And another person, and it's the three of them being held over at the school during the holiday season, and it is supposed to be really, really, really good and really, really, really sweet and really, really solid. So yeah, I figured this would be the perfect thing to take you to for our first movie together. I am absolutely going to say first, because let's be real with each other, right? If we were roommates when Barbenheimer was a thing, you know we would have gone to see that double feature together. You know, at least you can't deny it. At least you can't deny it. I'm glad that that is progress being made. Yeah, no, go ahead. I'm anything that can stop me from rambling about movies, switching conversation topics. Go ahead. I mean, we don't have like super much time, so as long as it's not elongated, I don't mind if it's something more serious. Wow. No, I'm not. I'm not freaked out at all. I'm not freaked out at all. And I'm not discouraging this. No, I'm not. I'm just processing. And good processing. I don't know. I know that we had that conversation at the party kinda, and I know that, again, it's only been like 3-4 days. How long has it been? I don't know. I think 3 days. But I haven't really heard you say much in regards to whether you're like super enjoying your time with me. We obviously have a great rapport, and our banter is fantastic. Yeah, no, you're right. It is fantastic. But that can kind of just be like just friendship, or even good friendship. And I told you, I feel like I connect with you on a level that I don't even really properly understand myself. So it's really nice to hear you express the same sentiment in a conversation that was not initiated by me. So I do really appreciate you saying that, and especially in a situation that I wasn't even sure you were happy about being in. I don't know, movies are like really my thing, and I know we've watched a couple together and stuff, but you know, I get nervous when I talk about my passions with other people, because I don't want to seem like I'm overbearing. Wow, you are making it really hard not to fall for you just immediately. Huh? No, I didn't say anything. At least I didn't say anything of importance. But what I was going to say right now to you is I completely agree. And I'm so glad that we share that viewpoint, because that's totally exactly 1,000,000% how I feel. It's when I care about a person to the level that I care about you, and I the level that you care about me. I'll say it with confidence, because I know that bothers you when I don't say stuff with confidence that is true, and you've confirmed to me. When I see someone that I care about is really passionate about something, you're right. I share that passion with them, because they're passionate about that, and I'm passionate about them. So I'm passionate about that by transitive property. I totally understand what you're saying, and I agree wholeheartedly. Yeah, you can talk my ear off about anything. I promise I will listen. Don't ever, because this is how I feel sometimes, but it's good that you share this. It's not good that you share the same fear. It's not good to have a fear in general, but it's reassuring, I guess, that you share the same kind of thing. I want to hear about all of the things that matter to you. 'Cause you matter to me. Yeah, you really do. A lot. More than I'm willing to admit. And I just said that you and me are connected on a level that I've really never experienced before. So if it's more than I'm willing to admit, and it's that, then you gotta know that that's a biggie. Oh, okay. The trailers are starting. So, you ready? Yeah, it's supposed to be really good. Yeah, ask me anything. No, I'm not. I don't mind. There's like not really anyone in our section at all, so I don't mind as long as we keep the whisper like really low to the point where no one else can hear us. I don't mind talking. Yes, you did. I know you did come to this movie with me, and I do appreciate it. But we're bringing that up again because. Huh? I see. Gotta be honest with you, I am a fan of your bartering method. In exchange for coming to see this movie that I think you will love, regardless of that fact, I will indeed extend an arm around you and pull you close to me. However, it must be the classic move of the arm stretch yawn. So, I'm going to politely ask you to forget that you just said that as I initiate. I'm so tired and landed perfectly. I know I'm a dork, but it seems to be working so far, so I'll take it. It's never going to happen. As much as you want it to happen, it is never going to happen. No, you're right. I did. And it was fine. And I enjoyed it. It was cool to sit here and watch a Hallmark Christmas movie with you. I will admit to that. That being said, there is no way in the world you will possibly convince me that at a point in the future I will be a fan and like actively seek these out. Because although it was fun talking about it with you, the fun in talking about it with you was talking about how terrible it was. Yeah, no, you are right. I was not expecting Emily Osment to show up. That was kind of crazy. I was like, hey now, you know? Yeah, that was pretty cringe, pretty corny, but, you know, I did have a good time. And to be fair, you earned it. We had the study session of a lifetime today. I can't believe they're doing actual homework on the first week. That's just so insane to me. I don't know what goes through their thought process. They're like, hey, you know what'll get kids invested into a class? Just a bunch of work right off rip. Kind of crazy stuff. Oh my God, have we been watching Hallmark movies? And it's for like 4 hours? Yeah, it is literally, it's like 1:30. I gotta go to bed. Well, now that you know my secret of that I wake up in the morning and leave your side and go right to the gym, I would like to get a decent sleep at a certain point during the semester, because I know that it's going to get more and more difficult to get one. No, do we not think that this was enough? Was the exchange of an intense study session and watching 2 Hallmark movies in a row, Christmas movies, was that not an equal exchange? You cannot threaten me with, it's going to be the weekend. We're going to have so much fun. Okay. If you are holding weekend activities over my head, then I will give in, and I will, yeah. So what is it? What must I do or complete in order to even the scale properly? No, I'm not silent in like a bad way, I guess. I'm silent in a it's happening way, in a I've told you to be super open with me, and you have done that, and I haven't done it yet, and now I'm being put face to face with it, and it's a little scary. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not like toxic in my masculinity. I'm willing to admit that sometimes delving deep into my emotions kind of scares me a little bit. I know I did tell you that I really didn't have friends or people back home. All right. Yeah, let's do it. No, because to be honest with you, you really have opened up to me over the past couple of days, basically ever since we met, and I haven't returned the same favor. And I wanna do that for you because you mean so much to me. All right. So it's a relatively long story though. So are you sure you? Okay. All right. I'll stop. I know I'm procrastinating. Let me do it, okay? Because it's gonna come around eventually. So just give me this. So, when I was young, I was always really, really, really short. And I was this really like spunky, really peppy, very friendly kid. But I was always really short. And that's fine when you're like 3 and like 4 or even 5, but when you start getting to like 7, even 6 at a certain point, it starts to become very noticeable. And my mom started to notice it. She was like, "Oh, look, that's odd. You're just not growing." Took me into the doctor to get some tests. Turns out I had growth hormone deficiency. Yeah, I did. And over when in an education system, and it's a place where people will pick out anything that they view as insufficient as a way to pick on you. And I was in a school system that was supposed to be one of the best in the state. They forgot to mention the fact that it was all really, really wealthy kids who got away with doing anything in the book because they were donors to this school. Their parents were, anyways. And my mom wasn't. She was just like a working middle class mom. And so over time, even though I was friends with a lot of the kids in like kindergarten and stuff, and even first grade to an extent, in second grade, things just changed. I don't know what it was about our school system, but foul language, I know that's such a curse words, and like sex stuff and drug stuff was introduced at like a very, very young age, which was really concerning. And I don't exactly know how it was. Probably because the parents didn't care enough to hide their kids from it, and they kind of just let them do whatever because they were very wealthy and they had these high paying jobs and they didn't really care, and they just left their kids anyways. And I wasn't, because my mom was really nice and really cared about me and was like the best person in the world. That being said, everyone started growing and I didn't. Everyone was growing and I was staying the same. And because I was getting older, though, I started gaining more weight. And because I was gaining more weight, I got pretty chubby. I wouldn't say I was like obese, but I definitely got chubby, but I can say that. So then, what do you do when someone's overweight? You get picked on. Except it wasn't like normal getting picked on. It was, we're gonna literally like beat the dog crap out of you every other day, at least once a week. And I would come home with bruises and like I would get jumped by kids. And I would come home and my mom would go to the principal. She would be like, hey, this is incredibly unacceptable. And the principal would always try and insinuate that I had done something in order to provoke it, when I was like the nicest kid in the entire class. And I was more of a nerd than anything. And so that went on until middle school. I was very, very short, especially in comparison to the other kids. Very, very, very short, very, very overweight, and everyone hated me. It wasn't just like bullying. I literally didn't have any friends. I thought I found a group of friends, and then they realized I wasn't super religious, and that, no more of that friend group. So I just kind of existed through that, and it shut everything down in me. I didn't talk to anyone. I didn't do anything basically other than watch stuff at home with my mom and hang out with her. We didn't really go out anywhere. I was kind of too scared to go out anywhere at all. Because, you get trauma, and when you get beat up like that, it's not good. So, or it is definitely not good for a developing mind. But in around 8th grade, like the beginning of 8th grade, my mom found a doctor, and she was like, is there any way this can be fixed? Is there anything that can help him with this? And they said, you have a specific type of growth hormone deficiency that can be potentially aided or rectified with a shot. And you take the shot every day. And so starting in 8th grade, my mom made the sacrifice of paying an insane amount of money, because we live in a place with ridiculously high healthcare, and God, what are we even doing? For a shot that I took every single day. And I took that shot every day. I even was giving it to myself at a certain point. And the 8th grade, I saw a little bit of growth, but not enough for the kids to stop beating the dog crap out of me, because I was small and defenseless, and I didn't fight back because, I don't know, there was like 10 of them and one of me. But in the summer, and then like the end of 8th grade and the summer, I grew. I had my growth spurt, and it worked, and I shot up completely to like
6 foot, maybe 6'1". And my mom, because we were best friends and I told her about everything. My mom saw this as an opportunity for a new start. And so she moved me to a different school. And it was a new start. And nobody beat me up there. The problem comes in the fact that because of the abuse that I had experienced, my mentality was just shut off. Like, my mental was just shut off. I did not talk to anyone. People tried to talk to me, and I couldn't process the idea of someone wanting to actually talk to me and be interested in who I am without either some ulterior motive or And so I went through high school like that, completely invisible, did not talk to anyone, did my schoolwork, and came home. And because I did not live close to the school district that I was going to, I felt a little more comfortable going outside, because when you're younger, you don't really think about stuff like that. And then in my senior year of high school, about halfway through, my mom passed away. And like, everything stopped. My whole entire existence was just shattered. I stayed in my room, and because I was such a good student, because that is all I did schoolwork and I hung out with my mom, and that was it. I was able to just go to school every day and get my homework to do, and like tests and stuff that were online. And I just cried like all day, all night, didn't stop. Because that was it for me growing up. That's all I had. And then I started going. The first thing I did after about like 3 weeks of just not being able to get out of bed other than doing schoolwork was I went to my school therapist. And she was like kind of my saving grace. She listened to me, and she effectively, systematically, and compassionately, and those three things coexisting is something that I rarely ever see, broke down what I needed to do to move forward with my life. It was crazy. It was like a real therapist. School therapists to me are never like real therapists, or that's from what I've seen. So I did it. I knew, because my mom, I did it for her. She really would have wanted to see me succeed. So I did it. She left me everything that she had. That's why I have that car. That's why I can afford to go here and not have to super worry about the finances of it. I got like 3/4 of a ride, but that's still a lot to pay out of pocket. And so over the summer, between the end of senior year and the beginning of freshman year, I started really pushing myself into social situations, I went to like random cities and I went to random events and I forced myself to go and talk to people. And I learned that like the majority of human beings in the world aren't literal psychopaths that will beat up a kid because they are short and pudgy, you know? And so I came here completely across the country, and I'm going to be here for 4 years. I don't exactly know what'll come after this, but for the first time in my entire life, I think it'll be something good. And not that nothing good has ever happened to me, but I think that it will. I'm optimistic. Yeah, I know that was a lot. Oh, hi. Hey. Yeah, you are literally the first person that I have told, like ever. I didn't tell anyone at my old school, and I specifically requested that they not tell the school when it happened. Yeah, the usual. It was cancer, and a lot of people talk about the intense, slow pace that it goes at for them. And mine and her, it was like that. It's like she was there 1 minute and the next she wasn't. But I was there every single day. And if I'm being honest with you, that's probably part of the reason I was more okay going places, because I had to go to the hospital to see her. We didn't really have any other family, so it was just the two of us. Her parents were dead, and she didn't have any siblings, and no real, all of the cousins are pretty gross humans. So that is why I am the way I am, I think. I get just super nervous and clammy, and I have trouble in social situations, but when I said that I appreciate you for being who you are and getting me to a place where I potentially feel more comfortable with everything, I didn't lie at all. You're the first person I've even really talked to outside of my mom. You're the only person that I've held a relationship with for longer than 6 days, aside from my mom. And I think the best part to me is I know that she would have adored you. Yeah. Yeah, she would have. Thank you, by the way. This is one of the best hugs I've ever received. Easily in the top 10. Yeah, I know. I should have maybe warned you a little bit, but I know it's a lot to stomach. I'm willing to hear any solution that you have. Oh, I should have known. Okay, I get it. This whole thing, getting me to open up to you, coming over, embracing me, showing me how much you care about me, making me... Anyways, it was all a ploy just to get me to agree to watch another Hallmark movie to recover from the absolute bloodbath of sadness and emotions that just happened. Well, I hate to tell you that it absolutely worked. Let's watch another one. You wouldn't mind cuddling with me, though, right? Good. Corbin Blue? Corbin Blue? No, not him. I didn't realize he would stoop to such a level. Sure, he's never been in any great cinema, but push it to the limit. Come on now. That's an absolute banger. Keke Palmer, Corbin Blue. Oh, man. I'm sorry to disappoint you ahead of time, but I'm really not. Okay, why are you here? What is going on? What's happened? What, you're here? Why? How? What? No, where have you been? Is the question I would like to ask. No, I'm not mad at you at all. It's just, I don't know. Yeah, started talking to the people. Cause we came in and we got like drinks and we sat together. And well, you got a drink, I got a Sprite because obviously, look at me, I'm too nervous to drink all the time. And then you, that group of people like came up to you, and you were like, "Oh yeah, I know them from class." I was like, "Cool, you know them from class." And then you guys started talking, and they were like, "Oh hey, we're playing beer pong over here. Want to go play beer pong over here?" And you were like, "Oh yeah, sure." And you were like, "You want to come?" And I was like, "Told you I don't drink, so I don't play beer pong. Although maybe I could do great, but no." And then you guys went all the way over there, and then I went to look for you like 10 minutes later, and you weren't at the beer pong. So I like looked for you for another 15 minutes. I couldn't find you, so I eventually just settled down on the side of the house, just chilling outside. Nobody else was there. And then eventually Shayna came up to me, and I was like, "Oh, hey Shayna, thank God, someone that I know." And they were like, "Oh, hi, hey, how you doing?" What are you doing here? And I was like, "That's a really great question, Shayna. I wish I knew what I was doing here." And then they were like, "Oh, hey, do you want to come inside and play 7 Minutes in Heaven?" I was like, "Shayna, are we like 14, 7 minutes in heaven? Why would we do that? What is that like a thing that actually happens outside of high school?" And Shayna was like, "I don't know if it's a thing that happens outside of high school. I'm literally just out of high school. So are you, but it's happening right now." And it's like 7 minutes in heaven in a frat house sounds kind of problematic, right? And they were like, no, it'll be fine. I was like, okay, so. And then we went there, and then literally the first thing they were like, "Oh, it's you, haha. All right, go in there, and we'll send someone in." And I'm like, "I don't want to do this at all. Do I have to?" And they were like, "Yeah, you can't get out of it." And I was like, "Well, I really actually could get out of it, but I don't want to be a buzzkill." So I go in and do the thing, and then I came in and it was the thing, and then I was waiting, and I've been waiting, and I've been on my phone, and I've been waiting. It's been 10 minutes, and now you're here. Yep, that's it. But like, are you okay? Cause you're like out of it. Okay. Do you remember what happened like to get to this point? Yes or no? Okay. There's a thing where you 7 Minutes in Heaven. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's a game that people like to play at parties. I guess I didn't realize it was this popular enough to be like a thing that happened in college. And two people go into a closet and they do things. Yeah, stuff that I don't need to tell you because I literally won't and can't, and like verbally, physically, they cannot come out of my mouth because of the situation that we're in right now. But you can understand what I'm saying when I say things. I put an emphasis on and I give you the eyes like wide open. See, there you go. Didn't even have to say it. Awesome. Very, 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 very funny. Really, really hilarious. Let's like get out of here though. I'm not having a great time is the thing. Like, Shane is cool, but that's the only person that I really know here. And also, you did agree beforehand that we could be here for like an hour or so and then head out if one of us wasn't feeling comfortable. And I would like to raise that hand right here and tell you that I am not feeling comfortable in any stretch of the imagination. Before what? Wow, okay. No, just no. Like, no, overall, no, completely no, please God, no. No in a multitude of ways. I mean, no in a multitude of ways. I mean, no as in, this is not how you are telling me that you want this to. This is not the circumstance that you are telling me how you want this. And 3, just no in general. In general, I mean no, I cannot do anything with you while you are under the influence of alcohol. That would be incredibly scummy of me. And no. You know what? Tomorrow morning, when you wake up in our room and you look over and see me on the other bed and you said, "Oh my God, what happened?" And I say, "Oh, you know, you kind of got a little bit drunk and I transported you back home after getting kind of drunk and we went to bed." And you're going to wake up and say, "Oh my God, thank you so much for doing that." And I'm going to say, "Oh, of course, no problem. It was only the logical thing to do." Because that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. And to think that we're doing anything else other than that is just a little bit ridiculous, wouldn't you say? Wouldn't you say? Please. My anxiety is at an all-time high, and I don't really have like the wherewithal. That's not even the right word. I can't even think right now. I don't have the ability to fight with you on this, nor do I want to, because I'm terrified of the situation I'm finding myself in. You want me to spell it out, right? Because you think that me saying it out loud is going to scare me more. That's not what's scaring me right now. The situation of you asking to do stuff with me in a random bedroom at a college frat party where we don't know who, basically, aside from a handful of people, anyone is, while you are under the influence. Literally, all of it is wrong on a like human ethical level. I literally refuse to do anything with you while you're under the influence. So like, just get that out of the way. 2, I was maybe particularly really hoping that the situation that this would be brought up first and would not be right here. You know, not right here. And I was hoping maybe it could be done from the comfort of our, home. It feels like home to me because you made it feel so homey. And this is the problem because, like, obviously I am a guy and I'm 18 and my head is like, oh, wow. Very attractive girl who I am like head over heels loving, probably wants to do something with me in a thing, and I can't do that at all. But like, there is like the part of my brain that's like boom 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 boom, awooga, smoke, So oh yeah, no, maybe I did say something. Maybe I didn't. Maybe you'll never know. Maybe I will tell you tomorrow if you remember even half of this, which is very, 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 very unlikely. It is very unlikely. You look gone off of every single thing in the entire world. Do you like drink? This is your first time drinking, and you decided to do it at a frat party? Like the most notorious place where, baby, I shouldn't be doing that.
No, I'm not mad about you. I'm not mad at you at all. I care about you a lot. And if I had known that, I would have like actively stuck with you. And now I'm starting to feel bad about myself. Kind of. Oh, yeah, no, that was nice. I was not expecting a kiss on the cheek. I was expecting you to, maybe go a little bit further than that. And I would have been like, oh, please stop doing that. But you know what? That's fine. That's good. That's consensual. That's not anything. You were the one who initiated it. We can stop there though, right? You are not going to get me to change my mind on this. There is no universe in which you will get me to change my mind on this. Yes, if you remember all of this conversation, we can continue it tomorrow morning. If you remember any of this conversation, we can continue it tomorrow morning. I am willing to bet my left nutsack, or just nut. It's not the whole sack, it's just the nut. My left nut on the fact that you will not. And frankly, if you do, that's going to be worse than right now. But we need to get out of here. I did not drink. I can drive. I did not drink. We're all good. It's all fine. I parked like specifically farther down the road. I am literally 6'4". There is going to be no problem. People are not going to get into us. There are streetlights. We are going to be good. Totally fine. It's on. Yep, we're good. So, okay. Do I have my keys? Yes, I have my keys. Do I have my wallet? Yes, I have my wallet. Do I have my phone? Yes, I have my phone. All right, it is time to hit the road. Anything. One more thing, anything. I will do anything. Okay, yes, one kiss on the cheek. That's it. That's all I'm doing, and then we're done, okay? And then we gotta go. Very impressed that you did not try to do the whole thing where you like turn your head and it's like, got you. You're on Keys Down the Lips. You're on Kiss Cam. You know I have anxiety. This is literally like freaking me out. I'm at a party and I'm like at a party and I'm in a bedroom of a random person who I just don't know. It's scary. I'm screwed. Yep. All right. So we're going to go. And we're going to go to bed. And tomorrow morning, who knows what'll happen. God, I hope you don't remember this. All right, let's go.
I love the queue, cause I love the view of Manhattan Bridge. I'ma be rich. I'ma have money too.
Good morning. Did I wake you up? I was really trying to be quiet, and I don't think I woke you up when I left because I was like looking out the door up until the point that I closed it and you were still snoring. Well, I hate for this to be the way that you find out, but yeah, you do snore. And it's not like loud to the point where it's annoying or anything like that, where it's like, please stop doing what you're doing. But it is loud enough to be recognizable as snoring. And if you want to like combat that and say, oh, I've never done such a thing, I do have recordings on my phone of it. So just in case you feel like piping up on that. So, how are you feeling? That makes sense considering the circumstances, which is why on my way back from the gym, as you can see, I have a paper bag in my hand and I have a sandwich from a deli that I really like to go to that also does breakfast sandwiches, and it is the hangover cure, or at least that's what they call it. And if it's a lie and your hangover doesn't get cured, then I will tell you what, that is terrible advertising on their part. So I got that, and then I got you a kombucha as well, because I know you have been into those. God, why do I say things like that? I'm like, oh, you've been into those recently. It's been like a week. You know what I mean? I don't know. They seem really long. That's besides the point. So, what's up?
I don't think so. I don't think I'm sounding very awkward. I think that you saying that I'm sounding awkward is more awkward than I could ever sound. So I don't exactly know what you're trying to get at here. I had a solid time. I wouldn't say a good time. Wouldn't say a bad time. There were some good aspects and a lot of bad aspects, and so yeah. Now, when you say everything, what does that mean? Like actually everything, or you remember like a kernel of something and you're trying to get all of the information out of me by saying everything, in exaggerating the amount that you actually remember? Of course, couldn't have possibly called you out perfectly there, saving my own butt and preventing whatever is about to happen from happening. Okay, so here's the thing, right? I am not ready. I said that I'm not ready, as in I'm not ready to have the conversation yet. I mean, I hope you know me well enough by now to know the fact that I would not just push off something because I'm scared or nervous or something else along those lines. I had that conversation with you about my past, and that's much easier to talk about than this. And I can't talk about it yet. No, I'm not. I'm not scared. I'm not being scared. I promise you I'm not. I'm literally at a point. I went to the gym specifically today for a longer period of time in order to get my brain running, because this is something that is not, I'm not taking this whole thing. And if you actually do remember everything, I'm not taking this whole thing lightly at all. This is something that means a lot to me. It means so much. I've never had this type of conversation with anyone before. So I want to be explicitly prepared to voice my opinions and my feelings in a way that is on point and perfectly articulated to what is going on in my head. And I know that in the place that I'm in right now, in the mind state that I'm in right now, not enough time has passed from last night, as much as I've been trying for it to happen, to actually execute upon that plan. And I know I'm talking about this in very like logistical terms, but I mean it like super, it's all founded off of the emotions that I'm feeling, and I'm feeling those emotions very strongly. Yeah, I do remember everything that happened. Thank you very much. I remember the kiss. I remember the kiss response. I remember me saying that I maybe, love you. And then I also remember you being like, maybe I feel that way too. And that tone. And even, see, here, this is exactly why. Even talking like this is getting me overwhelmed and flustered in not necessarily a bad way, but not necessarily a good way either. You are someone that, regardless of the feelings that I'm feeling on that level, is someone that I can't imagine being in my life for the next however long. And even though I have a slight inclination that we're both feeling the same way about the other, this is the most important conversation I'm going to have ever. I don't have anyone and I'm not trying to pull the sad card. This isn't an excuse. This is an explanation. I don't have anyone anymore. I don't really have family, and I don't have people that are close to me. So you are the person in my life that is closest to me now, and I don't want to screw this up at all. Yeah. So if you are willing to hear me out, I have a plan. Yes, that was what I was able to conjure up while I was at the gym. I wasn't able to conjure up the wherewithal to have the conversation, but I was able to think of a plan that would be probably good for me. And if you agree to it too, I think it would be good for both of us. So it has been 6 days. We have spent 6 straight days with each other than going to class. We have not really separated. Oh, and other than the party where you kind of went off. You don't have to apologize at all. I'm not possessive. I'm not one of those, like, even as a friend, I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, you go and hang out with other people is blasphemous. I want you to like thrive here, especially knowing what you went through at your old school. I want you to succeed. That's like the most important thing to me is your success, but we'll get into that later because I don't think we can get into it now because I might start crying if we do. But we've spent all of our time together basically. And I think that maybe it would be beneficial for the two of us if for the rest of today, either you or I, or both of us, I guess, technically, went somewhere and we didn't spend the day together. Because I think it's really important before we have this conversation and we take a jump in the direction that I see this heading, if I'm not delusional and what happened last night did happen last night. Okay, thank you for the confirmation. I think I don't want it to just be purely based off of the adrenaline that we're having on the time that we're spending together. I want it to be something that is founded in, I know this is a dumb saying, and again, it's only been 6 days, but what length or distance makes the heart grow fonder? Isn't that the thing? I want to make sure that that is something that is real. I want to make sure that we feel that way when we're together, and we feel that way when we're apart for long periods of time, not just, 2-hour classes or like breaks in between. I want to make sure that's the case. So I have not used my movie pass in a while, and I was figuring I could go to, there's a theater in I think it's called Halbrook. It's like a city or two over. And if you, I know that there's a bus that takes me pretty close to there. If you want my car, that actually does make sense. Getting some rest here and recovering from that nasty hangover does make sense. You can, I know like we're shared and stuff like that. If you want any like Uber Eats or anything like that delivered, or do you do DoorDash or Uber Eats? We haven't. Okay, cool. If you want to DoorDash anything over here, you can just use my account. I know that like, yeah. But I think just a little bit of time to really see if those feelings are cemented, or, yeah. And you can stop me at any point if you think that this sounds like a bad idea. Okay, good. I was hoping you'd agree, because as much as I would love to spend the day with you, as if nothing happened, we both know that something did happen, and it would be kind of immature and childish of me to be like, oh, I want to have this conversation with you, but also I still want to spend time with you. That's not really fair to you, because, well, making this really hard for me, because I'm really glad that we feel the same way about that, and that's another indicator of certain things matching up. But that, yeah, I'm gonna stand strong on this. I think it's important. All right, Cool. So I guess I will go then. The sandwich should be good. I know that you love avocado on anything, so I got a little spread on it for you. Just yeah, and it's spread. It's not like chopped or anything like that. Well, of course, it has to be chopped to be. You know what I'm saying. So yeah. Well, I oh gosh, couldn't let me get out of here without making me feel a little bit warm inside, huh? Yeah, no, good. Even at your, frankly, I hate to say absolute worst, you look so terrible right now. No, it's not like a bad thing, but you're looking rough. You definitely got the raccoon eyes going on right now. But as I was saying, I think you're the best too. Yeah, sure. What's up? I would do it for you over and over again. I really would. Anytime that you're in a place where you're not feeling great, or it's a little bit dangerous, or anything that's uncomfortable, regardless of how this conversation turns out tonight, I need you to know that regardless, I will always be there to catch you when you fall, and I'll always be there for you. I'm not someone that just gives up on something because it's not exactly the way I want it to be. And even if it doesn't end up being the way I want it to be, I'm always going to be there for you. I promise. I pinky promise. I double dog dare promise. Is that a thing that people know? Like, that's not. I swear. And I'm not someone to do the whole swearing on dead relatives, especially because, I have a lot of them, but I do swear. I think I am going to go see that. I was going to go see the Disney movie, and then I realized, the boycott, obviously, and so probably gonna go see Napoleon. I feel like that'll be really, really silly and really fun. So yeah. I know I would actually absolutely, if I have to go, because otherwise I'm going to involve myself in this conversation. I'm never going to leave. So goodbye. Okay. One more thing. Yeah. What's up? Did you really just call me back in here as I was about to lock the door to say chicken butt? You're a dork. Bye. Well. Here we are. Hi. You doing good? Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I did. I ended up going to see Napoleon, and it is literally one of the most insane things that I've ever seen. I can't tell if Ridley Scott is trying to make a comedy or not. It's very hard to discern. If it is a comedy, it's one of the best comedies of the year. There's this line where Napoleon's sitting at a dinner table. He says, "Destiny has brought me to this lamb chop," and it's one of my favorite lines ever. So, what did you find yourself up to today? Oh, that's good. Yeah, I will say one of the best parts about going here is that this campus is pretty gorgeous, and it's like 70 out, right? That is great weather for a nice little walk. Did you now maybe I'm being a little bit presumptuous. Did any thoughts perhaps cross your mind on said walk? Haha, yeah. No, I am aware thoughts have to cross your mind at every single moment. Otherwise, you wouldn't be living. or you'd be lobotomized, one of the two. And I don't think lobotomies are allowed anymore. The question I really do have to ask, though, is did you have any thoughts about you and me? I literally asked you first, so I don't know. You're just saying, I asked you first, and you haven't even asked me. So, I mean, if you want to ask me, you can just go ahead and ask me. Yeah, I did. When I got there like super early, and I just sat in the car for like an hour before I even went in. It was probably closer to 2 actually. And I parked towards the back of the theater, and I just looked out the window and I stared, and I just let all of the thoughts and the feelings and the emotions and everything, positive or negative, good, bad, beneficial, not, I let it all just overtake me, and I just stared, and it was like I was completely in a different place. There wasn't anyone even remotely within 10 parking spots of me, so my immersion was never broken. So I was just staring at this line of trees and thinking about everything. And I eventually think that the words formed and came to me, and it's almost like my subconscious formulated exactly what I wanted to say to you. Of course, now that I'm standing right in front of you, it's all completely been lost on me, but I have the memory of it being there, so I guess I'll just have to wing it, huh? Thank you for the encouragement. I absolutely do need it. So, okay. So we're doing this, huh? You sure you don't want to put it off another night? No, I'm kidding. I don't think I could even literally do that. I'm bursting at the seams. So you're right. I did promise that I would go first, and I am not one to break promises. So here we go. You ready? It's really cliche. And I realize that it is. And I understand that if anyone else was to say what I'm about to say, I would kind of goof on him pretty hard because it sounds a little bit silly. But from the moment I saw you, and I'm not talking about when I barged in and you were changing, but like you turned around and I saw your face for the first time, I had this feeling of connection that overwhelmed me to the point that, if you remember, I couldn't talk for a solid like 15-30 seconds. And me, in that type of situation, I am the biggest nervous wreck in the entire world, so usually words would be overflowing, as you saw when I eventually started to speak. But I couldn't come to terms or grapple with that feeling. It was insane. And then I was like, oh, maybe that's just because she is the most gorgeous girl I've ever seen, which I really do think that about you. And I have always thought of that about you, but eventually we started talking and I was like, oh no, she is gorgeous. And that definitely did draw me to her, but it's more than that. It's a feeling that you can't fake. It's a feeling that doesn't come from artificial or surface level connection. It's a feeling that can only come from something that I don't even know what it is, but it's something deeper than most things that I've ever felt. It is as deep as the grief for my mother was. It's in that same level or pit or whatever you want to call it, just the complete opposite way, because the grief is completely negative and this completely positive. And I was like, you know what? This is really like the first person that I'm going to have in my life for a significant period of time that I am talking to on a consistent basis. It could literally just be that. And she is reacting quite nicely to me. So maybe that's all that this is. And then we went to that party. And you told me everything. Everything that you had to say at that point. And I couldn't, that was really, if we're being honest with each other, and if I'm being honest with myself, that was it. You had me from there. I had felt the strong connection to you, and then I felt a strong sense of protection. I felt so incredibly protective of you, and I felt like I would do anything to make you happy and make you smile, because we've both been through a lot of things, and I want to see you happy and smiling and enjoying yourself. And I felt that way about other people, but the willingness to do it, that's the key. The willingness to go out there and do that in a world that I am terrified of. You mean more to me than anything else. And then, as I continue to try and rationalize everything to obscure the obvious from my viewpoint or my gaze, I thought, oh, you know what? Maybe this is probably just, I've never really had a true, honest friend before. So maybe I'm just latching on to this because of that. And maybe that's and then you kissed me on the cheek. And I didn't even know that it was possible to get butterflies from getting kissed on the cheek, but you seem to have a habit of proving me wrong at every turn. I can't think of any other way to describe this or say this or rationalize this. It all boils down to the fact that I really think that I love you. I might even be in love with you. I've never felt that before, so I can't really say for certain or not. But if I was a betting man, I might put it on that. I wouldn't go all in, but I'd certainly at least give a quarter on that. A quarter of my poker chips in the hypothetical situation is what I mean. And I know this is like really, really fast. And that's another thing that I tried to rationalize. I was like, oh my God, you haven't had this level of connection with anyone in your entire life other than your literal mother. You are just like latching onto this really, really, really quickly because of fear of abandonment, fear of anything. There are a numerous amount of things, projection, all of that. So I took a deep look inside of myself. And it's just not the case. I can't, this is one where I can't like for sure give you evidence of that, but I will give you my word, and in my life, that's all that I've ever had. So I think that I love you. I know that I love you. I think that I'm in love with you. And I could very likely have been just projecting. I could have been seeing signals and things that aren't there. And I know that I sound kind of crazy right now. But from what I've observed of our friendship and relationship so far, also considering the fact that you tried to get intimate with me at the party last night, I think you feel at least a fraction of the way that I feel about you. So, the moment that I have been waiting for the past 7 hours, 41 minutes, and 36 seconds, do you feel even a fraction of the same feelings that I am feeling towards you, towards me? Yeah, I don't... Speechless? I don't think I've ever been speechless. Usually it's too much speech, but this, I guess I expected for you to have at least a modicum of the same feelings for me. I did not expect for my sentiment to be fully reciprocated. Yeah, it's so weird because you say it out loud in the context of a story and it's fine, but this is really the first time I'm saying it to you, but like, I love you too. I really do. You revitalized emotions inside of me that I didn't even think I could access anymore. Pure joy, pure happiness, an overload of enthusiasm. I can't remember the last time I felt these things, and here you are in a week making me feel them all the time. I can't think of anything else but in love. Well, if I can do that for you too, then maybe this is perfect. Oh, wow. No, I didn't think... God, yeah, like, because these are all first for me. Corny compliments battle. No, you're the best. No, you're the best. I mean, I'm all here for it, but I just... shocking, you know? So, I know since we are feeling the same way about things, we were feeling the same way about things, I can safely make the call that you had a lot of stress going on in your mind. By the way, how is the hangover feeling better now? Good. Completely over? Good to hear. Awesome. How would you feel about doing some post-stress eating? I know it's technically stress eating, but it's post-stress, and now we're here together. And I got a text from Shayna, and they said that there is some really, really, really good pizza that delivers here. So what do you say about that? You're right. We have to make it official. Otherwise, Shayna, who I've consistently said is not interested in me, will be all over me. How could I forget? I guess what I'm trying to say is, will you go study with me? Imagine if you said no. But yeah, how about some pizza and staying the night in with your boyfriend? Me neither. I love you too. And I think that the only proper way to officially either commence the relationship or end this conversation is probably with a first kiss, right? Hi. Everything that I dreamt of it to be and more, honestly. All right. You choose whatever you want to watch. I will order up the pizza and let our technically, I guess, first date commence.